So we are heading into the library today. I'm here with my father-in-law, the 11th Earl of Sandwich. And it's quite exciting today because you are going to show me, not only show me, but give me a little bit of a history lesson about this recipe of chocolate ice cream. Exactly.
It makes us laugh because it's 17th century ice cream. That's a very odd concept.
17th century ice cream.
Yeah.
And it really was invented, the chocolate ice cream, I can say this, by the first Earl of Sandwich. Is that right?
Edward Montagu, first Earl of Sandwich, was a little bit in disgrace and was made an ambassador in Madrid. So he had to go to Spain. This is in the late 1660s. And he spent 2 years there sorting out peace with Portugal mainly. But at the same time, he was taking in all the customs of the Spanish and the recommendations of Spanish physicians. So in his journal, we can have a look at, he's got a record of the recipes that he found.
So many of you probably know that, of course, the Earl of Sandwich and the famous snack that we all eat, the sandwich, comes from your ancestor, the fourth Earl of Sandwich. But this is where I didn't know either until I married into the family, but it was actually the first Earl of Sandwich, Edward Montagu, who invented something equally as important as the sandwich 100 years earlier.
Chocolate ice cream. Well, that's what we're claiming.
Right.
We don't really know, but we think it was the first chocolate.
So we have this in the journal here, and of.
Can I show you where it is?
Yeah, I'm not going to touch that. This is where I stay hands off, Julie.
It's one of these.
I let my father-in-law handle
number 9.
this.
Here we are.
So this is about 300 years.
There are 2 volumes devoted entirely to Spain and drawings of Spain.
Okay.
And so this is where we should find the recipe.
And this is the real journal.
So this is his own notebook, I was going to say, but it's absolutely glorious manuscript. It's completely unique.
It's beautiful.
We've got that picture is one of the chocolate grinders, the people who actually use the raw cacao, which comes from
It's beautiful
South
drawing.
America.
So the first Earl drew this.
So he was drawing this, or he might have commissioned it.
But how are you able to read this? I mean, I can read actually quite a bit of it, but did you just?
I typed it out.
You typed it out
from the original, so it's more or less, I hope, the same. So I could read it if you like. It starts on that page.
Okay.
Prepare ye chocolati, and then put ye vessel that hath ye chocolati in it into a carafe, I think that is,
a carafe
of snow.
Snow
stirred together with some salt, and shake ye snow together sometime, and it will put ye chocolati into tender curled ice. And so eat it with spoons, and eat also Naples biscuit along with it.
Oh my goodness.
This way is much used for pleasure in ye heat of summer, but is held unwholesome, and one is obliged for better security to drink hot chocolati in a quarter of an hour after. That's because it wasn't healthy.
It wasn't,
and that's what the doctors recommended, is that they had a hot drink afterwards.
Right. Well, it is in the middle of summer right now, so we can actually recreate this recipe. He says we're allowed.
Well, do you think we can? We got a
He says that it's used for pleasure in ye heat of summer.
How will you find a carafe of snow?
Well, I think, don't you think he means ice? Because I don't think there must have been much snow in Spain.
Exactly.
Right? In the heat of summer. So I think he must mean ice, do you think?
I love the phrase tender curled ice.
I think we can take the ice and put it in a food processor and it down.
Yeah.
Add in the ingredients, and then I'm gonna try to recreate it. But this is beautiful. I don't really want to touch it. I just want to ask one more question. How many other chocolate recipes are in here?
Well, there's one of them which, when he went home, he took to the king, King Charles II, and the king actually paid him for it, a huge sum of money, £200, I think it was.
For the Earl of Sandwich to make the recipe.
To make, I think it was a different recipe.
Oh,
It wasn't.
okay.
It wasn't the
That's
ice
for
cream.
another episode.
Yeah, but that was a different episode because, of course, we got all this originally through research,
Right.
from the Spanish royal family who were looking at palaces and gardens because he made a huge number of sketches and drawings of gardens and fountains in gardens, and so that's how we came upon the recipes and saw the drawings that there are.
Yeah, but it says it's kind of unwholesome, so I'll be sure to make sure that I also bring you a drink of hot chocolate.
We mustn't forget that part.
Yeah, we mustn't forget that part as
But
well.
the physicians were well aware of the disadvantages as well.
Yes. I don't find too many disadvantages with chocolate, but
Well, we enjoyed, didn't we?
yeah, we
Yes.
do enjoy it. Right, so I'm gonna take this recipe, try to recreate it, and then will you be my taster?
I certainly will. I'm looking forward to it.
Fantastic.
If you are enjoying this episode, please consider supporting this important part of England's heritage by becoming a patron at mappertonlive.com.
So I've brought a helper to help me recreate these recipes for your dad.
Am I just a
Right?
helper?
You're just a helper.
Yeah.
You're my sous chef. Exactly. Okay, so this one...
I have, by the way, learned to leave you completely in charge of almost everything, including especially cooking.
But
So-
somehow you're helping me here because you're worried that I'm going to poison your dad.
It is possible.
So you're just making
some
sure.
deadly looking chocolate
Okay,
here.
so what we're going to do first is we're going to do the chocolate ice cream. Sounds super easy, and there's not really sort of, as far as, what's the word I'm looking for? Quantities,
Recipe,
amount.
quantities,
Yeah, quantities.
proportions. I think
Proportions,
is what
thank
it
you.
is. But
So-
here's my worry about this recipe. I have a feeling it's going to be completely disgusting because all it is ice.
Don't say that.
Chocolate,
Here we go.
raw chocolate.
The pessimist,
And-
right there.
and-
That's why he married
and
the American.
salt. Who wants to
the,
have salt? I guess the salty
American
caramel isn't.
optimist.
Okay, what's the recipe?
Oh,
for the,
okay.
for the ice cream.
Ice cream is this. We need to roll it out.
So it's cacao,
Cacao,
raw cacao,
100% raw. The ice, which is
which
the
is not
snow.
ice. Yeah, it's supposed to be snow in the recipe.
But it's made in the summer. But we're going to
cheating
take ice
'cause
and we're
it's
going
not snowing.
We're going to food processor the ice up. That's what I want you to do, and then salt.
Who's going to do the rolling? I quite
I'm
want
going to do the rolling. No.
No.
Okay. You want to do?
Yeah, I'd like to do the rolling.
Okay. What? And I get to do the ice.
Yeah, you can do
You're-
the ice. You're better at ice.
Wait, you're supposed to be like
I
my
know,
sous
I know,
chef.
I know.
I'm supposed to be in charge here.
That's on
You're
the
going
surface.
to roll this.
Okay, I'm
Okay,
going to roll.
I'm gonna do the
roll.
ice then.
You're going to do the ice, and then
Which is gonna be snow,
And then
and then
then
salt.
we're mixing it together in a shaker, which is a family
Because it
cocktail
says,
shaker.
put the vessel that hath ye chocolate into a carafa of snow, which we'll put in there, stir it together with some salt, and shake it together some time, and it will put ye chocolate into tender curled ice. And then we've got the biscuits ready, and then we're going to
Wait. It says Naples biscuits.
these
Now, I
aren't-
happen to know that Naples biscuits are a little bit like what used to be called tack. And tack was a really stodgy mix of flour and water, and it was used on long voyages as sustenance because it could be dried, but it was the foulest thing that any poor sailor
These
ever
are
had
really
to-
nice biscuits.
The
I'm not going to give your
the
dad
Naples biscuit,
stodgy biscuits.
the original Naples biscuit recipe is flour, water, which is the tack, but they do add some sugar. But the critical thing about this recipe is you can't just have the ice because according
You mean the chocolate
to-
ice cream?
Yeah, the chocolate ice cream, because according to 17th century physicians, that was terribly dangerous and bad for you.
Okay.
So you needed...
Yeah, I know.
What did you
We're
need?
doing that. We
You needed
need
the
to have a hot
chocolate
chocolate.
afterwards, so we're going to make that as well.
We've got that recipe here. We photocopied it from the journal.
Right, so raw cacao, and you'll remember from the drawing before, there's the gentleman with the fine Tudor moustache.
You're going to need more than that.
All right, I'll do a bit more than that. Who is in the journal, and you can see this chap with his rope making a lot of noise over there.
Because I got to make snow.
Oh my goodness. Okay, can you just hold on a second? Because I'm just... Okay, just wait 1 second. So then...
Oh, sorry. Sorry. It was on. It was on. It was on. I didn't know.
So then he would take his roller and he would press something like this to get the chocolate cacao
It's working.
into
That's
a
working.
sort of powder.
It's working.
Yeah.
Oh my
I think that's
gosh.
looking pretty good, isn't it?
Okay, I'm going to do the ice.
It's got a
That
wonderful
is
smell.
working.
Smell that, smell that. Have a little sniff. Sorry you can't enjoy the aroma, but
It
it's
smells
really
a bit
quite...
soapy, but I think those are your hands.
Maybe-
Which means you washed your hands beforehand. Well
Or
done.
maybe we just left washing up liquid on the roller.
Okay.
It's quite possible.
Okay, here we go. Ready? I'm worried it's going to turn to water. Oh my gosh! It literally looks like snow-ish. Yeah? This is fantastic. Okay, I'm super happy with that.
Quick,
Okay.
before it all melts.
Well, let me just do one more, Wiz. See if we're fine. Okay, that's it. That's as far as it's going to go. The Magic Mix is saying it's done. Okay, now.
Meanwhile, we've got some finely powdered cacao. But somehow, sweetie, when I've been scraping it off here, it's gone back into lumps.
No, that looks much better. Look at the difference. Look at the difference.
There's really...
There's a big difference. Quickly, because I've got this ice.
I know. But now
So
wait. Before you do that, let's get the. Did it say which one we have to put in first?
It says.
Put ye vessel that hath ye chocolate in it. So the vessel has to have.
How much chocolate,
To have ye chocolate.
I think you need more.
And. Look, because I can't.
Come on, it's gonna melt. My snow is gonna melt.
Okay, so here we go.
Do you think we need more than that, or do you think that's okay?
I think that's okay.
Really?
I don't think we've done this very well, by the
No,
way.
I think we have.
But I don't think that matters
See?
particularly because I'm
Optimist,
convinced it's going to be absolutely
pessimist.
disgusting.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'll get going with some more. You get
Just
the
like
first,
a little bit more, 'cause you have to
get the
save some
first-
for hot
Get the
chocolate.
first bit of the snow going.
Then should I start shaking it?
Well, that's the fun bit. I thought I was going to do that.
No, you get to do this.
Okay.
Okay.
No, but this is all I'm doing here is rolling this into a kind of
Yeah, it's
cocoa
fantastic.
paste.
Okay. We have to.
It then becomes almost impossible to get off here because it's gone back into lumps and it flies.
Okay. Put some in it. I'm going to do some salt. It says.
And a bit of salt.
I think a little bit more.
Yeah. Okay, it's probably not too much.
Okay. You told me more.
It's missing sugar. You can't have ice cream without sugar.
Yes.
Or milk.
He did.
I suppose it's a
It's
sorbet,
healthier.
isn't it? Okay, now you've got to give it a good shake.
It says to stir it first.
Does it? Okay, quick, take that off. Oh, no, oh.
I don't want to break that. That's like 500 years old.
It's actually not, it's probably about 50. So here we go. So we've given it a bit of a stir.
Oh, you're super messy. That's
So
terrible. I'm going to shake
now
it.
I think you can shake it. Now I think you can shake it. Okay.
Okay.
How's it looking?
It's looking chocolatey.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's looking like a kind of,
It's
you know
looking-
what? It's sort of magically come together.
Oh my gosh.
Oh dear.
Okay.
Okay, well, I think...
Here. Wait.
I got it. Okay, so quick look in there. How about that? That doesn't look bad, does it?
Let me see.
Yeah, I'm just going to have a quick slug.
No, don't. Wait, I need to see it. Do we think it's chocolatey enough?
It looks a bit like, you know, on a kind of snowy day when the mud gets into the snow as you're walking along and stuff.
I think it's chocolatey
and
enough.
it gets stuck on your boot. It looks a bit like that. Right, into the deep freeze. The next recipe is the hot chocolate, which the Stuart physician at the time would have said needed to be taken straight after the ice. And in this one, we've got cacao. Have we got cacao? Yes, that's the same.
We can roll it.
Cinnamon, which is there. Jambalaya pepper. Well, we're just using ordinary pepper, so that's a bit of a cheat. But anyway, this one we do get to have sugar, and we do get to have milk.
So I'm going to heat the milk up.
Milk spelt with a Y, by the way. And it says milk or amber, and I'm not really sure what amber was. So perhaps other people might know what the amber would have been as a milk substitute. Maybe that was a very early plant-based milk substitute.
Not sure.
And then the last thing on the list is vanilla. You said 3 pods earlier, but it actually says 3 cods. And whether a cod of vanilla is the same as a pod of vanilla, again, there's bound to be somebody out there who knows the answer to that. So as for the proportions, it seems to say 16 proportions of, well, it's impossible to see. And then it has GR written after it. So this wouldn't be grams, this might be grains, or it might be something else.
Okay.
Anyway, let's get going.
Okay.
I think we're creating slabs. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. I'm going to
Heated.
whisk it. It's gonna be-
Okay.
Careful. You're messy. Super messy. The sugar was just a little bit less than the cacao. If I look at 16 here, and then it's 10 here. So I'm just going to look at that, and then go a little bit less.
Okay.
It said 16, so I'm going to proportion. That's about right. 16,
Okay, that's
10.
fine. Okay.
So I think that the cinnamon is like tiny because it's like 0.32 of teaspoon. I'm making this up, but so it's like literally
It's 0.32 of something.
something. But if you look
Might
at
be a
16,
teaspoon.
right? So I'm just it's like that is enough for the cinnamon because cinnamon's quite strong. So it's like a tiny amount. Then the pepper is literally like a sprinkling. Do you see? That's a tiny, tiny amount. That's it. Do you see? That's like a 0.1.
Yes. Yes.
And
okay.
then the vanilla, it does say 3 pods.
Well, no, it says cods,
Oh.
which may be a pod. It may be something completely different.
Yeah, so I'm not going to put, we don't want to
No.
over vanillatize
No.
it. That's a made up word. But I'm going to do kind of like that. Do you
Yeah.
see?
Yeah.
Tiny.
Yeah. How strong is that vanilla essence?
No, that's a strong one. Milk is done.
At that
So I think
point.
I'm going to put it in here. It's warm. Yeah, it's nice and warm. And
And then
we're
I
going
get
to
to
whisk
whisk. You pour and I'll whisk. How about
Okay.
that? Dad is quite excited to be tasting these things. But I think what he's going to
Okay.
find is that with each
Okay,
scoop
whisk it a little
of,
bit more.
of rather horrible ice cream, he's going to need to swig it down quickly with this much more delicious smelling vanilla.
It actually
cacao.
smells like hot chocolate.
It does, doesn't it? It's not bad at all. But I think that-
See, look it.
hopefully it doesn't leak.
Oh my gosh.
Sometimes these rather old silver jugs have a little leak at the bottom.
It actually.
I think that's it.
I think that's it.
So all that remains is for Dad to come over, and you and he are going to go and try it in the dining room. Right.
Oh,
Here
yes.
we go. Look what,
What
we
have we got
have.
here?
Okay.
We
How
have got
exciting.
2 specially prepared chocolate recipes. The first is the ice cream from
Oh, my
the
goodness.
journal.
It looks
Cocktail
like
shaker.
chocolate. It looks like
does, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah. Do you want to
Okay.
remind us of the ingredients?
Yes, what we put inside.
Well, it's 100% cacao, then a little bit of salt,
That's
and
for afterwards, isn't it? Thank you.
ice.
Let's have it.
So that's this recipe. And then the hot chocolate, which we're supposed to actually drink a quarter of an hour later, so 15 minutes later,
Oh, I
is
see.
cacao.
It's got cacao, cinnamon, it's got
Vanilla.
and,
Milk.
and somewhere there's some salt, but I think that's in the ice
No,
cream.
no, no. There's pepper in this one.
And there's pepper
in this
in
one.
there
A
as well.
little bit of pepper.
And then, Dad, remember also
The Naples biscuits.
biscuits, except
exciting?
they're not from Naples, they're from Paris. But that's
They're
okay.
very near.
And I think you're probably going to need some sugar.
Well, I will
For
take
your
one
ice
of
cream.
those. I'll take one of those.
So at
Julie,
this point,
I'll take one as well.
I shall leave.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
You ready?
I mean, it really is ice cream. Okay.
why were you saying it wasn't going to be good? Yes. I wonder, there's a lacking in body, I would say. A lot of water, not enough substance.
Did yours get stuck a little bit to your teeth
Well, I'm
when you
going
took it in?
to get a handkerchief. I think there's a light relief. Wait a minute.
Well, let's do it again.
One
Let's
more.
Yeah, one more.
Okay, who is responsible for this one? You and...
And Luke.
Luke.
So, well, the first Earl, technically.
It's unmistakably iced. Whether it can be called chocolate ice cream, we'll have to think carefully.
We'll have to think. What?
But it will certainly go well with the Naples biscuit.
mean,
tell you what it needs.
look-
It's a bit more chocolate.
Well, I would
may
say.
have to have a drink of the chocolate.
Yeah, I think
to
we should.
remind
We're not
myself.
gonna play by the rules because we're supposed to wait 15 minutes. But
Oh,
I think
we don't need that.
no. So this, I'm hoping this is a little bit better
This is going
or
to
a lot better.
make it much healthier.
Okay.
Ready? Go.
Yep. Go.
Oh, that is absolutely wonderful.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
brilliant. And it's a Spanish.
This is
Spanish hot
delicious.
According to the Spanish recipe. You've done
This
it
is
very, very well.
delicious.
You really have. Now that, I think, people will come flocking in.
We need to sell this in the
Oh,
cafe.
yes, in our cafe.
And then have the recipe framed.
No, I don't know what to suggest about the ice cream.
I mean, 1 out of 2 recipes dating back, 350 years is pretty good that one worked.
This was the first Earl of Sandwich's chocolate recipe.
Yeah.
Where can I get some more chocolate?
I am making damson gin. Now, I've never heard of damson gin before, but we have all these damsons, which Luke really wanted me to pick.
I think when we shake,
No, you'd never
we're
do that.
we're going to find some that come down. Okay, ready? Let's see what happens.
Okay. Oh my gosh, Luke, they all just came
I
down.
know, which is a good thing.
And I was gonna make damson jam, but I just thought that was a little bit boring because everybody makes damson jam. So I decided to look up a recipe. Somebody told me you can make damson gin. Now, and that's also, I don't really drink spirits either. So I was like, well, that wouldn't be good for me, but it'd be good for Christmas presents. So I decided to make damson gin, and I'm gonna bottle it up, and I'm gonna do homemade Christmas presents for everybody, and I hope it tastes good. So what I did was, you're supposed to, and I followed the recipe, freeze the damsons. Yeah, it should work. Anyway, I really hope it does. So first thing first is once you've frozen them, then you just need to whack them a couple of times, I guess, to get out the juices or something like that. Listen, I've never made this before. I'm just following a recipe. So hopefully they're gonna make a good Christmas present. So I'm gonna stand back here. I'm gonna whack it. Like,
What on earth are you doing? You can't do that.
yeah, no, I'm making,
This is a really valuable table.
What? No,
This is a really valuable table. No, you're wrong.
What?
This table was the table on which my great-grandfather had his appendix out.
Wait,
It's true.
George Montagu.
No, on my mother's side.
And your mother had his appendix.
So,
Okay. Oops,
so we
sorry.
need to treat this table with reverence.
Well, if they
We
were
don't
able
wanna-
to operate on it,
bash
surely you can bash
Yeah,
on it.
but there's a really simple way to solve this, which is dun, dun, dun,
What, to get a...
we get a board.
Okay.
And we put the board there, and then we don't have to bash the table. Don't you
Okay.
think? Okay, so let's just take one out as an experiment, okay? Because I think the way you were doing it just
I think
wasn't
I've got
work.
too many...
Okay, here we go. Too many cooks?
No. I think I have too many damn... Oh my gosh, Luke, that's wrong.
no, but you
No,
see-
that is wrong.
No,
That is
'cause-
not... No. That's not what the recipe says to do.
But there's a real problem with the recipe.
No,
which
there's
is,
not.
I suspect that it said to freeze them, but not at minus 18 degrees centigrade,
No, it
which
didn't.
turns them into pebbles.
No, it
okay?
didn't.
Which is why
It's
the
gonna
whole-
go in gin,
Which is why the whole
Luke.
thing has exploded, okay? So you're never going to be able to bash these when they're as hard as this.
You want to keep them whole. You just want to open them up a little bit. You're out.
I'm fired
no,
again.
You're
I can't believe
like...
it. Then look at this. I've got,
Wait a minute. I have too many damsons. Looks like we're going to be making a lot of gin.
Oh my goodness.
So don't do this bag.
Okay.
I only
How
need
many-
500
how
grams.
many-
I thought it said 800 grams. Look at this.
This.
There, that's what you need to do. Look at that.
Oh, yeah, that worked really well. But that's not a hole.
But it is. That's all you have to do is break it.
That's a crack.
But that is good.
There's a difference between a
You
hole
do
and a
that.
crack.
I'll do this. It doesn't
No, 'cause
matter. We need to break
seems
flesh.
yours seems much faster. I'll do this now. You do whatever the next thing is.
Okay, these are going to be nice Christmas presents.
Crushed. Another one.
We have to do it now. The reason, by the way, that we have to do it now is because they need 2 to 3 months to be in the gin.
To infuse.
To infuse, and then we have to do a
The
whole
crushed
nother
damsons need to
thing
be
with
infused
the muslin
with
cloth.
with gin.
So we
Oh, I
have
see.
to get it in now because Christmas
So
is
wait a minute. So this is
soon.
this is one of
Ish.
those really irritating recipes that you watch, where you're not going to get to do it all in one go.
No, you're not.
You're going to have to wait 2 months. So this is just part one of
Well, yeah.
a multi-month experience.
500 grams of damsons.
Okay, well that's probably almost
got to
500 grams.
No, I've
as-
got to
as we
measure
go.
that.
This is used for steak tenderizing. So
on.
maybe it's
250 of sugar.
tenderized damson,
Okay.
crushed damson, tenderized damson.
Why do you have to? Everything is like.
Well,
It's
because we
come
need to be
up
able to
with
describe
really
it.
bad
'Cause
one-liners.
when you put the
Terrible.
recipe on the screen, you need to say what it is.
What? Whoa.
Oh.
Okay.
That's
So bad.
It's all right.
Okay.
Okay.
Whoops.
Right.
Oh,
no,
dear.
well, that. Oh my
Oh
goodness.
dear. Okay. Sorry.
Sweetie, that's just a terrible mess you made. And the problem
Oh
with
my
this
gosh.
is Beryl is going to have an absolute fit now because what happens
no.
when you spill sugar on this, it goes into the cracks.
Okay.
And then you have to get a little toothbrush out to kind of
Okay.
it out of
I'll
the
do
cracks.
that. Let's keep going
I
here.
bet you won't do that. She says she'll do that.
This is the
I don't think that's going to happen, but anyway.
It is going to
Let's
happen.
remember to come back here in 2 months' time when we're still straining the damsons and we'll see if there's any sugar left.
I
in
need
them.
500
I'm
grams.
fairly certain that there is.
Okay. Keep going.
Right, okay.
Chop, chop. If you really want to help,
I do.
we're going to make a lot
Here, but can I ask?
of dams and gins. Just don't bash. Just let me get in.
That was nearly your thumb.
I know.
Oh my God.
We're almost done. We're almost there.
Gin infused.
Quit going,
thumb.
quit talking.
That wouldn't be so good, would it?
What?
I don't think people would like that for their
You
Christmas present.
literally comment on what's happened there. Ah! Oh my gosh, Luke! You've
like-
got to be careful.
It's kind of whack-a-mole. It's sort of moving around.
Okay, wait. I think we're done.
We knew this
We're
would be
done.
fun.
We're done.
But
No.
no, I like it. Let's
No,
keep
we're
going.
done. That
We've
was
got
500.
more to do. Come on.
No.
Come on, we've got another
No.
one. Go
Okay,
on.
we're done. That was 500 grams. Okay. No. Okay, stop. I need these for Christmas presents.
I was getting overexcited.
Never.
I think I should go at this point. What do you think?
No, I've got to get
have
this in
have
now.
I helped or hindered?
No,
There's a few
hindered.
on the floor.
So anyway, going back to the recipe. Going back to the recipe.
These
Well,
ones.
okay, put them in. It's fine. I'm
But
over.
this one hasn't been done.
Then we take a whole bottle of gin. We're done. We're done there. It's all done.
Yeah, but
And
these
you
ones.
put it in. So I've got a whole bottle of gin. Yeah.
Let's have a look at that gin.
No, not supposed to use expensive gin.
What?
You're not supposed to
This
use.
is really poor quality gin.
No,
here.
it's not.
I mean, don't show the
Wait,
label. 'cause
no,
it
we're
will-
giving this to Stephen
will-
and Claire for Christmas. It's
What?
not. Okay,
They don't want it anymore.
No.
Do you want... no, this is seriously.
You're not supposed to put
Oh God! I
in
just trodden on one
like
of my heels.
massive good quality gin in. No, this is triple filtered, double distilled, special London Dry.
From Co-op.
Yeah, that's okay. Anyway, I think that's nice.
Okay.
Okay, then
Okay.
it's okay gin,
Just,
you guys.
You can give this to your friends.
I'm not gonna get like 46-pound
I'll get
gin.
some nice. Is it Hendrix? It's quite a good one, isn't it?
No, but this, and then you're supposed to kind of stir it a little bit. So we can just make, no, this is what you're supposed to do.
What? Just like that?
Yeah, and then,
So this
he
is. This is.
doesn't know, because you didn't read the recipe.
Well, how
So
does
look
the
at, look
sugar
at, look at, look at.
dissolve?
It will, and you have to go in every couple of days and shake it.
What, for 2 months?
Yes,
What, you're going to be
Yes.
here? She's not going to be here.
Yes, I am.
Shaking that every couple of
yes I am. I really want to make
Is that at the
good,
same time that you take the toothbrush out to get the bits of sugar off the table?
I really want to make good gin
I
for
know you do.
everybody.
Well, for one thing, you're not here for 2 days in a row because you're,
It's
heading
not
on-
2 days in a row. You can do it you can do it twice a week.
Right.
Is what it said. Sorry, twice a
Anyway,
week. Anyway.
If anybody wants to put in an early order for quite poor quality gin with some fantastically
you
infused
messed it
compressed
up.
damsons,
No.
do so. Whether it's going to be at the Mapperton shop soon, I don't know.
Well, I'm going to try it. Stephen and Claire, will you try it with me?
I don't drink anyway,
Honestly,
so I can afford
It's
to.
true. I got a nice
This one,
bottle.
so
It's
it's fine.
triple
I'm sure it's a
filtered,
good
double
label.
distilled, special London Dry.
It's a good label.
I thought it was all right.
Right.
I'm not going to get the most expensive. I didn't get the worst. I got middle of the road.
Middle of the road.
I think that's.
Sounds like us.
I think
Yeah.
that's all right. Anyway, we better leave it. So we have to leave it, and it's just going to sit there
Right, we'll stand here for 2 months.
2.5 months.
And see what
between
happens.
2 and 3 months.
Okay. Better speed it up.
The lauder is freezing now that it's going into winter. But here it is, everybody. Ta-da! It's the damson gin. So, lovely color. I mean, I think this is what it's supposed to be. There's no sugar on the bottom anymore, which means that it's taken all the sugar. So I think, so these are Christmas presents. I mean, if they taste good. I'm gonna have Claire and Stephen try a little bit. So, but I think what I'm gonna do now is kind of strain out. Oh, good, perfect timing. Thank you.
So what's happening in here?
Oh my gosh, alcoholic wozers. So
Alcohol.
yeah, you can't have any, but
I'm not allowed alcohol.
I know. Here you go. Can you pour?
Oh God, it smells nice.
Smells nice.
That is exactly what it's supposed to smell like. In the days when I used to drink
Damson gin.
damson gin, this was the smell. So it passes the smell test.
Okay, well, does it
Unfortunately, I can't
taste
be
it?
part of the taste
But
test.
you can,
But
you
what
can help
What I'm
out.
going to do is I'm going to see whether Stephen and Claire wanted to.
Right, but I need
it
it carefully. Yeah, but carefully, Luke.
Okay.
Like you got to get closer than that. It's going to splatter everywhere,
okay.
and I really don't want like. Okay, good,
That
good,
was
good
pretty
aim,
Wasn't
good
it?
aim.
Wasn't that good?
Yeah, it was really good aim. Now,
Well, we've been doing.
wait, hold on. I'll tell you when it gets too full.
We've been doing a sequence on maps and laboratories.
Okay, careful,
so
careful.
My aim is in.
Okay.
Oh
Woo.
God! Now it's really splurting out. So
Okay.
those are the damsons.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Those are probably the best bits. I think what we should do
What?
is
Gin infused
is-
damson.
Yeah, is take each one of these and
keep
dip
going.
it in chocolate, put it in the fridge, and sell it for a fortune,
What?
or
Okay.
give it to our patrons. I think they'd appreciate that.
All right, I
Look
think
at-
that's it.
Look at that. We
It's
are definitely
beautiful.
We're not throwing away those.
No, so
And
be
I'm
careful
gonna-
of that.
I see, because I think if this
It's
got
quite
onto
thick.
the table, it would really stain, wouldn't it? So I'm
dear.
just going to pour those.
You might want to
God.
get. You might want to get a cloth.
Oh dear.
Go get quick
It's not
before
bad.
it stains.
That's not bad, is it? We've done pretty well. Right.
Christmas present. Cloth, cloth, cloth. And then we do need a little.
I do the clearing up. I've noticed that actually.
What?
That
What are you
it tends to
talking
be the
about?
case that when we're cooking or preparing anything,
What?
I seem to be the one
He is not.
who
I don't
ends
even.
up with the
That is
cloth.
so not true.
I get to do the bits afterwards, not the bits during. So at this point though, we're going to do a switch.
And
Because
in
I'm
a-
going to go over to Stephen and magically I'm
Woohoo!
going to grab.
Here we go.
The
And
camera.
Stephen, I'm giving Stephen a very special glass that my mother-in-law just gave to me, which was from her great aunt, or from her aunt, the coronation of Queen Elizabeth II, June 2nd, 1953.
I don't think Stephen's. He wants to get on and drink.
Okay, I know, but I just thought I'd say this to everybody, that I collect these, as many of you know, and
I'll
so
tell you what,
this
we'll
is
do a
brilliant.
close-up.
So he's
just
going to drink
see.
out of one of my collector
There
cups.
you go. It's a
From my
collector
collector cup.
One of Julie's collector cups.
Okay.
Okay, right, we've
All
got
right,
that.
okay, Stephen.
Not
Okay,
too much.
have a smell. Well, no, here. I know,
Wait,
exactly.
Stephen, are you driving?
Small measures,
Here
I
we
am,
go.
yeah.
Small measure. This
He's
is a small
driving.
measure.
No,
I
that's-
will have a tiny bit
No,
of
no,
it.
do you know what? That is not a small measure. That's an enormous measure. When did you last have a small measure?
Okay, there we go.
No,
that
that's
is
a
not. That is.
shot. That's a
That's a
double.
shot. It's not that. Some of it is damson.
He's driving.
Smells very nice.
Okay.
He's driving.
Okay, he'll have a
bit of
little.
that.
He'll just have a sip. But pour a bit out, Stephen, because.
Oh my
we don't
gosh,
wanna
you
waste
sound
any.
like a dad.
There we go.
Well, that's maybe because I am a lot.
Okay.
Not to Stephen,
Okay.
but just try to make sure
so-
people don't get in
No,
trouble.
I'm worried. I'm nervous. Be honest. Be honest.
Well, that's really nice. Yeah, as you said with the chocolate, I think the damson's dipped in the chocolate
Dipped
because
in
that is
chocolate.
the kind of
I
thing
think
that goes.
we get two
dark
things
chocolate.
for one, don't you? Right.
Yeah,
Okay,
definitely, that's
you can
really
finish
nice.
that up. That was
Yeah.
like
I
a.
tell you what, he doesn't need to finish it up. What you can do is have a bit of it, and then Claire can have a taste.
Okay,
Stephen,
Claire.
why don't you come and give Claire a little bit on camera, and we
Okay,
can
yeah.
show that it is possible both to film and have a sip at the same time, and then we get two different lots. You know, actually, you've spoiled it. We're not giving them damson gin for Christmas.
We are. We've spoiled it.
Oh,
I already
sorry.
told him that already
Sorry, guys.
earlier. They're going to get this for Christmas, but it'll
Yeah.
be packaged nicely.
What do you think?
What do you think,
Very
Brianna?
nice.
Really
And
good.
I don't do gin, but very
Oh.
nice.
There we go.
Because the damson
What
gets
better
rid
praise?
of that ginny taste.
Yeah.
Which I don't like either.
My gosh.
So Julie, look at that, a great success.
Very good success.
Really good
Coming
success.
soon in the Mapperton.
Coming soon. So
Mapperton
can I
shop.
just show though? Can I just show what we're doing? So watch this, make sure. So these are Christmas presents. Make sure I don't overfill it. Bit nervous. Okay. So I'm gonna go kind of like a quarter of the way up the neck. Like there. Make that pretty. Yeah, good.
Now listen, Julie, we've only got roughly 8 of these bottles.
No, do
So surely we must choose, and
There's
actually
9.
that's not even going to.
there's another one down there.
So
Okay,
the question
tighten
is,
it up, tighten
who
it up.
are the 8 people who are going to get this? Or haven't we
There's
decided?
9, there's 9
We
there.
haven't decided yet.
Well, we know Claire and Stephen.
Clarence, that's 2.
Okay,
So we've got 7.
can
my
you-
parents,
Okay, can you
my sister, her husband,
can you make it
my
really
brother, his
can you
wife.
can you make
There's
this
not gonna
tighter?
be-
Can you make it
there's not
tighter?
going to be much left, is there?
No, maybe I'll just do one per couple.
Your parents would like some.
I can't ship it to America. It'll get caught in customs.
That's true. It would,
you know-
it would get impounded.
Anyway,
You'd
but
have
what I'm going to do is
some
I'm going to
vast
find a lovely label.
import duty.
So I'm going to find a lovely label and then put some ribbon around it. Not now, but because, you know, I've got to decorate these and make them pretty. So what do you think I should do? Do you think I should do?
I think that's great. So I think take that and
are you
just
doing?
pass that all back to me because it was such a reminiscent smell. I'm just going to go
Oh, look at that.
in. Oh, God.
This is lovely. Look at
Those-
how beautiful
those were the
these
days.
Christmas presents are.
Well done.
Homemade
Success.
Christmas presents. I'm super happy. At least I wore the right shoes today.
Yeah, that's
did.
most unusual. Or at least the right boots.
The right boots, exactly. Okay, so listen, I have this.
Fear of cows.
Yeah, well, that wasn't what I
There are
was
no
going to say, but
cows.
now
I
you're
can't
just
see any
like
cows.
saying that
Can you
right
see any
now.
cows? I can't
No,
see
I
any
can't
cows.
see any cows, but they could just appear. I do know that. But one of the things I'm really keen on, because I did it with John right beforehand, the famous forager from around here, was
Yeah.
obviously to forage for mushrooms. So I want
I
to.
think that's why we're here, isn't it?
No, it is. But I want
That's why I
to.
brought this.
I know it
big
is. I know
crate,
it is.
'cause I'm
But I don't know
expecting
how
us-
good you're at foraging mushrooms. You know, I
Well-
think I might have been better on my own. Yeah, but I
So here's
I
an
have had
interesting question for the
experience.
professional mushroom forager. Can you name 3 different types of edible mushroom and maybe 3 different types of deadly mushroom that we want to avoid? Since you're a professional mushroom
Well,
forager.
the good news is that I have an app. I have the
An
mushroom app on here, and I can take a picture,
Yeah.
and then I can find out if it's deadly,
deadly
or if
or
it's
not.
edible.
Because
So
I-
there you go.
I
am professional.
I know a few edible ones, but I also know some,
There's one. There's one. There's
some
one. There's
deadly
one. There's one.
ones.
That one's. That one is. Wait. I don't think that. No, that's edible. That's edible. That is edible.
Okay.
Okay. Hold on. Hold
Does
on.
this
Hold
come
on.
with a disclaimer?
No, what?
Because if they get this wrong,
Yeah, I know.
it's curtains.
All right. So this app though, you have to do different angles. So like now it's asking me for the bottom. I don't know how I would get the bottom. That's just a bit strange.
Well, I think you're going to have to pick it.
Oh, okay, that's true.
But why don't you just do a picture of the top first?
I did.
did? Okay, okay.
And it
So-
says to improve identity accuracy,
So, yeah,
basically,
okay.
so that you
So
don't get
pick
poisoned
it.
and die. A medicote, yeah, that's it. Maltogil, and cannot be used. This mushroom is toxic. Ingestion, I was wrong. May lead to
Great!
serious
I'm
issues.
so pleased we're following this expert mushroom forager here.
I thought it was.
Because this is a poisonous mushroom. But I think actually it's very closely related to the magic mushroom. You know, the kind of naughty one that people take.
This is definitely it. It will cause diarrhea, vomiting, abdominal pain, and hallucination.
hallucination.
There you go. Okay.
Hallucination. We'll put that
that
one
back.
straight back.
Listen.
The good news is it wouldn't have fitted in our mushroom crate anyway because look, we've got big holes. Oh, anyway,
Yeah.
there we go.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Right, let's
Well-
go on the lookout.
Oh, there's going to be some good ones in there. I already see some, unless they're stones.
Yeah, the problem is getting across.
Okay, you go first.
It's not happening.
No,
No.
but there's good mushrooms
Yeah,
there.
but there's no way for us to get across.
What? This is like mushroom land.
I know, but there's no way for Stephen. and
There's
Claire.
some up there. Look at all those mushrooms. They're just. How deep is this?
Those are flints. Those aren't mushrooms. Those are
Oh.
stones.
Okay.
You totally.
Okay. Okay. No, but I think I do see some.
What?
How,
Well, we
how
can't-
deep
we
is
can't
this?
get
How deep
across.
is this?
Well, I tell you what. Why don't you go first?
How deep is it
And
though?
if you get stuck, we'll rescue you.
How deep is it?
There's more opportunities
Okay.
for Julie to find herself
Okay.
stuck in the mud. The real question, though, is how the rest of us are going to get across, because it's all very well when you've got nice Lishamo wellies, but for those of us wearing boots, oh dear,
my God.
she's going down. I don't know how you get yourself into these scrapes, but it's
Because I want to get these mushrooms.
it's as if just don't fall backwards. All right, so you're solving the problem for yourself,
I know.
but we have no way of getting there. But I would just step. You don't
Oh
need
no,
to-
because right there it's quite.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
We know, remember what happened to me in Queen Elizabeth's bath?
We do remember that. So well, we'll see you later because we're not. Are we crew? Are we coming that way? I
No.
don't think so.
I'm just going to tell you
No.
if I find any.
Okay. Well, I tell you what. We'll meet you later.
Well, no, I'm just going to like, you know, I swear I spotted some.
You spotted stones. It's not very hard to spot stones because they're everywhere. But
Just to hold on.
They weren't mushrooms. Right, well, Julie's going to go that way, and I'm going to go this way, and the competition begins.
All right.
Okay. Oh, I found one straight away. Look at that.
What?
Yep.
No.
One to me. Doesn't matter what size they are. Every mushroom counts.
Okay.
One to me. Okay. The Stephen and Claire have given me an almighty hint. What you're supposed to say is warmer and colder, isn't it? So I'll start walking. You tell me if I'm getting warmer or colder. Warmer, warmer, warmer. How am I doing now? Very warm? Hot? Or blind? I must be completely blind. Because you're saying that maybe I've trodden on them now. Really? Where are they gone? No, nonsense. Yeah. Wait a minute. Oh, look. Oh, yes, look at that. Mushroom number 2, 3, 4. Excellent. I am definitely beating Julie. She's got no chance. If you would like to help support this important part of England's heritage, please become a patron at patreon.com/Mapperton Live. Julie,
Yeah?
can I admit something?
What, that you cheated because you have 3 sets of eyes compared to mine because you have Claire
I
and
admit that
Stephen?
I'm a rubbish mushroom forager. I think it's because I'm partly colourblind. I can't pick these things out. The only way I could pick them out, so almost all of these, Stephen and Claire found.
Okay,
and gave to me,
okay.
so I could win the competition. But I did find 2 on my own.
Oh, then I definitely beat you.
I only found them because they were so bright and yellow.
Thank you for being honest.
But they look absolutely deadly. So
how many did you get in total?
So I think
you got 2.
No.
How many did Stephen and Claire get?
I've got lots of magic mushrooms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got 12. How are you doing? How are you doing?
I
over
have
there?
9.
You got 9.
I have 9.
Wow. 12
by myself.
12, 9.
By myself.
Yeah.
So you got 2 on your own.
Okay, let's look at yours. Come on, let's look at yours. Here are our respective troves of mushrooms. The truth is, this is not going to feed a family of 6, is it?
No, but it's going to feed 1 if they're edible.
If they're
It's so fun. It's so fun to forage. Did you look to see?
But
if
look at
yours
these
are-
ones. You got to admit.
This one's
Can you just accept that?
Yeah, but it's not edible.
Whether it's
a
edible-
waxy. It's called a waxy mushroom. I know that, a waxy something mushroom. These ones I'm pretty sure are edible. The flat ones.
Yeah. Those ones. These ones I happen to know are also edible, but they make you see strange things.
This is a lawnmower's mushroom, haymaker.
Look at this one. This is definitely going to say, what? It's saying Paniolus again. I don't trust this thing. Everything is Paniolus. There we go. Or we'll just leave those behind. Unless Stephen and Claire, you'd like to take some home with you. Yeah.
But we shouldn't just leave them out like this.
Well, somebody else might want them.
No, okay, no. We're gonna let them
Okay, I think we're going to
biodegrade.
let them go.
Yeah.
Right, that was a fail.
Well, I know, but you brought
So
this
much for our
huge
lunch.
crate.
And you know what? It's so frustrating is that we've only found these tiny little ones. But here is usually a good spot for things.
You can't fake this because I can see them right there. They're so, here's a good spot. Like, I'm not gonna spot those. They're enormous.
I wanted to give her a surprise.
No, I mean,
I wanted to give you a
here's a good
surprise.
spot to go looking. I mean, they're so obvious. They're
I
like
know, but look.
perching. Oh my goodness. These, okay, I gotta get my picture camera out right now.
Look at this, more social media.
Look at this, look at, no,
You
no,
saw
no,
it
I'm gonna
first on
check to
Julie's
see if we can
Instagram.
eat this. I'm gonna check to see if we can eat this. Okay, hold on. It's coming up.
Okay,
Wait,
and what does it say?
okay, hold on, 51%.
I'm pretty sure
No, it
that
says
is a
parasol. Okay,
It's a
Well, it's
parasol.
obvious.
And do you know why it's called a parasol?
because it's found in clearings and grassy areas.
No, because it looks like a parasol.
Oh, okay.
Don't you think? With a little thing
The
on
brown
top.
spots
You
on
were-
the
you were
cat
wearing
make it look a bit shaggy, but that name is reserved for its poisonous counterpart.
I
Oh, there's
know,
a
the-
counterpart called the shaggy parasol.
The problem with mushrooms is that for every edible one, there's an identical, completely
You can
toxic,
distinguish the two
deadly
by
one.
the stems. The
Okay, the
latter has a smooth stem and red flesh inside.
Okay, is that the
So
poisonous
that's
one?
the poisonous one has, because this is edible. This is edible.
This is edible. This is lunch.
This is edible. This is edible.
Oh dear, red flesh.
No, that's not red flesh.
Oh, okay.
Has a smooth, the latter has a smooth stem and red flesh inside.
God, it's got
This
quite-
is not a
it's got-
smooth. We can eat this.
Quite a pungent smell. You sure you want to eat that?
Yeah, I do.
Let's get
Oh
this
my
one too.
gosh.
Who
You
else?
guys, it's easy. It's careful, Stephen.
Who else is hungry?
Yeah.
Anyone? Because we've got enough to feed the family. Stephen's just trodden in one. Oh my goodness. Stephen, that was your one as well.
It's okay.
That
we're
was
gonna
your
send-
lunch. I'm really sorry about that.
It's okay. It's
But-
still edible. You
But
can
that
take
is
it
your
home.
lunch. And you know what? I had this enormous crate earlier thinking that we'd be finding big mushrooms and we only found tiddly ones that fell through the cracks.
Yeah, where's the
Suddenly,
crate now?
when we need the crate, we haven't got it.
This is exciting.
Let's go and cook.
It's edible. This is the big moment. I'm going to kill myself and my husband from poisonous mushrooms or not.
So we're going to be fine. Is that
So
right?
we're going to be fine. We're
How
going
do
to be
you know
fine.
we're going to be fine?
So we're going to be fine because we just looked, and first of all, this is a parasol mushroom.
Okay.
And it has sort of these little sort of brown elevated features on top and this lovely sort of parasol top at the top.
It's called a nipple. You can say that.
Oh, okay.
It's okay.
It's called a nipple. And here it also has
Julie's
this.
very wholesome. She doesn't like saying things like that.
But what's quite cool, it has this that can go up and down, so you can move it up and down. It's a part of the mushroom.
What's it called, that bit?
I don't know. Do you remember what he
I
said?
think it's kind of a skirt, isn't it?
It's quite, but it's
something,
here. It
yeah.
lives like here. Now, how you know though if this is a parasol that can be edible or one that's not edible is basically the stem. So what we just learned was
By
that.
the way, shouldn't there be a disclaimer? Because you're not a mushroom expert.
No, I'm not a mushroom
So nobody
expert.
should really listen to you.
No, they shouldn't.
But this
But
is what we learned.
this is what we just learned, and
Yeah.
we are going to eat it ourselves. We're
But
gonna
don't
take
you eat it.
But don't you eat it, exactly. Unless you want to yourself and you've done all your research. So what he says is that the stem in the parasol that's edible should be like a snake skin stem, and that's exactly what it is. What Luke has done, here's another one, is he has already cut this up, but look how perfect it is.
Run your finger over the gills because it's a lovely feeling. It's a very sort of soft,
It is lovely.
gentle.
You can do it this way.
Yeah.
You can do it that way. I mean, it's just brilliant.
And I've given it a bit of
It's
a wash.
amazing. Yeah, you have, I can tell. And we're just gonna basically fry it in some butter. The best way to eat, they say, foraged mushrooms is to fry it in some butter. So the good news is that the aga is on because it's autumn and it's getting cold here in England. So the aga has been switched back on, which means it's on until probably
Would
next
you like a knife for the butter?
June. I would.
Yeah,
Here we go.
that might be better.
Do you think that's too hot?
No, I think that's fine.
Look at this. Can you get that?
Look at the flesh. It's just delicious looking, isn't it?
It is
And this is supposed to
I'm
be
excited. Look at
one
this.
of the most delicious tasting mushrooms.
Yeah.
And I've never eaten it before. I've always been far too frightened of mushrooms that have white gills. I was always taught only eat the ones with the dark gills.
Really?
And this is the first one with white gills. So I'm still, despite all our research, I'm still a little hesitant. Well, maybe you take our word for it if we're still here next week. What do you think?
How are we gonna? Oh, I am a bit nervous to eat this. Aren't you? A little bit.
Well,
they need to shrinkify.
It does also say that they're quite good raw.
What?
So
No, it didn't.
it does. And look, they're getting smaller, aren't they? Right, I've taken over now. Julie seems to have retired. So I'm doing the camera and I'm cooking the mushrooms. I mean, this is what often happens in our household. She does the good bits, and then when it comes to the follow through, she's not there. But hopefully she'll come back for supper. Right, this is all looking pretty tasty, and I think almost ready to go. There are some bits over here that need a little bit of. Is that a commentary in the background I'm getting? Because I can hear a faint murmuring coming somewhere from the far reaches of the kitchen. So, right, I think this is getting good to go. Do you think this is good to go? Who should we invite to have mushrooms?
Well, we should have had Stephen and Claire.
We should have had Susan and Claire.
Let me take over again. Oh my gosh! Look at that one. That one looks nice. That's what I want. I want them a little bit of browning.
This actually looks like,
This one looks good.
these look like slithers of fish.
This looks. It does.
Don't you think?
Yeah. You see how they're nice and brown?
Do you think we're ready to get plates out?
You can get plates. A little bit more,
Okay, what I'm going to have to do is deposit the camera
Yeah, just,
over
it's
here.
okay.
Do we want anything to drink?
Well, I'm going to have a beer.
You've got a beer. I shall have...
No, this one still needs a little bit more.
Can I announce what I'm going to have?
You're going to have
gonna
maple
have
juice.
Some maple juice. A little salt and pepper.
Yeah, you said no
We've got-
pepper though.
Well, yeah, but I wouldn't
Oh,
not while it's
okay,
cooking.
yeah.
I mean, maybe you do it afterwards. A little bit of apple juice. And
I wouldn't eat the
Thing.
ones with a little bit of the stem.
we are good to
I think
go.
we should have cut those up.
Right, I'm just going to sit here patiently waiting for my supper.
Okay.
Which I'm imagining might be coming any time now, but you never
Okay.
can be certain of these things. But I think if I wait here long enough. Beer.
I have a beer. This is a local
Cheers
beer.
to our
This is a local beer.
successful forage.
Success. I know it
Well, we haven't
was.
tasted it yet.
Oh, that's true.
It might,
And
be,
we
it might be pretty
don't
horrible.
know if we're gonna be here tomorrow.
Mm,
Okay.
that's true.
I mean, I will be so upset.
You won't be so upset, you'll be dead.
That's true. Wait, here, I've got a
Look at
couple.
that. It's kind of crispy and delicious looking. There's another one.
Kind of exciting.
Amazing. And these are fresh off the field up at Coltley,
Yeah, this is a meal.
where we were just earlier today.
This is literally a
And
meal.
this is the moment of truth.
Here, I'm gonna give him another one. Well, tell me, but really be honest before I.
Wow.
Okay. Is
I'm
that
not just saying this,
really?
but these mushrooms that I cooked
What? I've just cooked
are
them.
absolutely delicious.
No. Are they?
The only problem is
What? There's not enough.
they're almost too salty.
I didn't put. See, I barely
Because we
put,
had really salty butter, and then we put a bit of salt on
I
top.
put goat's butter on it.
And maybe the mushrooms, well, they're actually the best mushrooms I've ever
No.
eaten. No,
He's just saying that. All right, I'll
I'm
try
not
it.
just saying that. I mean,
I'm quite
because there's the
excited.
texture, there's a kind of softness to them, but then there's a bit of,
Oh my gosh.
you know, not
These are
really.
so good. These are so good.
I'm just going to stop talking and eat.
When people arrive here for a yoga retreat, they arrive, they kind of like check in, and then we have sort of like an introductory or orientation meeting. I hate to call it a meeting, but that's kind of his chat, I should say, fireside chat in the 17th century hall inside the house. And everybody then has a lovely green smoothie. And what I'm trying to do now is to actually, this year, is to forage what I can for their smoothies so that everybody's really drinking a smoothie that comes completely from the estate. So I first have to try it though. So rose hips can be quite sort of pungent and a little bit bitter, but they're so good for you. They're massively high in antioxidants, like unbelievably high. So I just think possibly I'm gonna throw in a few of these for the intro to try out the smoothie. There's probably too many, maybe like, I'll take these two, okay? So we're gonna start with rose hips. I've never, by the way, I'm just making this up because there's so much here on the estate that I'm like, I have to be able to use it. So I'm gonna walk down here because I know that this is the tree that I picked all the apples from, but I also know, don't tell me these have been all picked. No. Where is it? Oh. Have they literally picked all the russet apples? What? Do you guys see any on here? Nope. So, well, we do have russet apples. Anyway. Oh, wow. Look at how many came. There's way more here. Oh my gosh. This tree is insane. This tree produces a crazy amount of apples. No, there's so many again. I thought I picked them all. So I'm just gonna use these. These are delicious. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, really good. But this tree is a crazy tree. It's like the apple tree that keeps on giving. It's nuts. That is another tree. This is our huge, enormous, as you can see, mulberry tree. But it's too late. We're sort of in, we are fully fledged in autumn here. But the good news is that there are meddlers and I can spot them. So this is brilliant. So that one's not ready. Whoops, that one is because it fell right off. Here it's quite soft in here, which means I should be able to get the flesh of them. And I can almost tell from last year doing the, when I made my meddler tart, that, see, there's some on the ground, which actually, like that one's actually a really good one. It probably has just fallen. No, not that one. So look at this meddler tree. I mean, I never even knew about meddlers until I, basically moved here. So I got a couple meddlers. Remember, I'm just trying to make, there's a lot up here. So I don't want to take them all off because I'm just experimenting. Yeah. Okay, now I'm gonna head to the kitchen garden and get something green because I've got rose hips, apple, meddlers, and then let's head to the kitchen garden to get something green. I'm heading here into the kitchen garden. The weather isn't looking great. It's like England, right? Sunny, then it's pouring with rain, then it's cloudy. So the kitchen garden is sort of like at its tail end. There's not a whole bunch here because we picked it all and we tried to eat it all. But over here, there's some chard, a couple young leaves, because I just think it's always important to have a little bit of green. So, oh, there's a drop. Oh dear. Okay, oh my gosh. We're gonna have to make a run for it quite soon. Okay, that's enough young leaves. Then I'm gonna head over here to the nasturtium. Is that right? Spot on, thanks Stephen. The nasturtium plant. Now, nasturtium plant is quite spicy. It's starting to rain. Oh my gosh, it's starting to rain. This is the nasturtium plant. They're all over here, but I thought it'd be really pretty. There's so many to like, I shouldn't take them all, but I'll take this one and I'll take one of these to top the smoothies. Wouldn't that be really pretty? To like everybody, and they're edible. So these ones are edible. So, okay, I think I'm happy with this. And also it's raining, oh my gosh. So I'm happy with this. Let's go whiz it up. Oh dear.
Please help support this important part of England's heritage by becoming a patron at patreon.com/Mapperton Live.
Okay, I just washed all of the fruit and veg. I've got some oat milk here. So because a lot of people have like nut allergies, I don't want to do like almond milk. I just thought I would do oat milk. So I'm just gonna cut the apple into little chunks, and I'm just gonna put it into like my little smoothie maker here. So this is just my little, it's like gonna give me like 1 cup. Well, then these rose hips, this will be interesting. So I think I'm just gonna add like maybe 2 rose hips, and then the meddlers. So meddlers are kind of, they actually, like I said, for me, they kind of taste like applesauce, like growing up with applesauce in America. It's all, I just remember those big jars. Do you remember, if anybody can remember those big jars of applesauce? And I haven't had any in a long time, but I just remember. Comment down below, right? Let me know if you still have applesauce, right? So, okay, so here's the meddler.
I have applesauce.
What?
I have applesauce.
Do you?
Well, applesauce is very good with,
so this one's
with
a
pork,
nice,
isn't it? You had it with pork?
No.
No.
Okay, so I'm gonna. This one's nice. This is a good meddler.
Can you tell me what?
So I'm making you a smoothie. So I'm putting the meddler, which is like.
Smoothie.
Well, you're gonna be my You're gonna be my
Looks
tester.
looks like a smoothie that would really appeal to.
The thing about meddlers
rabbits.
is they actually have.
Or perhaps slugs might like that.
There's no slugs on there.
I know, but they would enjoy eating these
Meddlers
things.
actually have quite a lot of seeds. Like that meddler, I just was bleeding out.
That's not. That's rotten.
No, it's not. That's
You're
how.
putting a rotten
It's
meddler
not.
in.
Meddlers are supposed to be like that. It's not.
Is that you sure?
Yeah. Okay. You don't know anything about medlars then. Read up.
Okay.
Yeah. You can't.
I don't know about medlars.
So
I
this
think
one
it's
has
okay
too
that
many
I don't know
stones.
about medlars.
Okay. I've got a good medlar. I mean, I'm happy
Right.
with that
So-
one's not ready.
so
but those, the one I have put in.
So you're
was
making
ready.
this specifically for me, or is this a trial run for
This is a trial
for
run.
the yoga retreat?
So I just put in 1 medlar, 2 rose hips. So I have to remember this in case it works. 1 medlar, 2 rose hips, half of an apple.
I like that.
And then
in case it works. So she's going to try it out on me, where it may not
and then
work.
3 shard.
It's not going to make me ill, is it?
No.
It's not. You're not putting any mushrooms in there, because
But we survived the mushrooms.
we know that you're not that good at distinguishing.
Yeah, I'm very
mushrooms.
good. So then Then I did 3 shard leaves.
Are you sure there isn't a kind of deadly version of the medlar
No.
that looks like a medlar?
No. Okay, so what I'm going to do now. So I've put. So remember that half an apple,
Half an apple,
2 rose hips.
2 rose hips,
1 bletted medlar, needs to be bletted, and 3 young shard leaves.
and a partridge
And then,
in a
to
pear
top
tree.
it, we're going to put the, oh, I forgot what they're called.
Flowers.
No, they're nasturtium, and they're edible
nasturtium.
on top.
Oh yeah.
Pretty.
More edible flowers.
More edible
Yeah.
flowers, pretty. Let me just move them over here.
So that's
okay.
Is that the decorative bit for me on
Yeah.
the top? Well, I
Yeah,
like
yeah.
decorative things on the top. Oh dear.
Oh, wait.
That's really worked.
No,
I think you've got to turn it upside down.
Yeah, but then the blade doesn't work. Oh, there we go. Okay, I got it.
Okay.
Sorry.
So it probably had some instructions.
Okay.
I'll get a bit of banana.
No, I don't
No,
want
there's
a
some
banana.
banana here, look.
And all needs to be from Mapperton. Okay.
This is a Mapperton banana. It's
Okay,
seen
this
better days,
Okay.
but
That
I
is
think
not-
it
it's
would
not a
really
Mapperton
help.
banana,
Because I'm having this. Can't we just add a little bit
Okay,
of
wait.
banana in?
No, I don't want a banana in. Please, please, back off.
Okay.
I don't want a banana in. Give me your cup. Yeah, put this banana away. Okay.
Poor banana.
Okay, wait. Then I think we'll do this.
Do you see that? She sort of budges me away.
No, it's just I'm excited about it. 'Cause
I'm excited too.
I think it could work.
Okay.
Just get a picture
So,
of this.
so hang on a second. This is the smoothie that people.
Oh my, no wait. Look it. I mean, wouldn't you, if you arrived at Mapperton as a yoga guest, and I, just hold on, and I told you that everything in here, apart from the oat milk, was foraged from Mapperton.
Yeah.
Even the flour is edible. Wouldn't you, I would be so excited.
I would be so excited until I tasted it.
No, but it might.
And then I might not be excited.
If it's good, you
Okay,
have to tell me.
I will be completely honest about
Yeah,
this.
please be honest.
And I won't fake
Yeah,
this for the
no,
camera or
no,
anything at
just
all.
be honest.
This will be the truth.
Okay.
I can smell a lot of chlorophyll.
No, you can't.
I sure can. Oh my God, it's overpowering.
No, you can't.
I feel instantly healthy,
Let me taste it.
and it's okay. It's not a disaster.
Oh my gosh!
It
No way!
It actually tastes all right. And as I say,
Oh my gosh! This is good!
it is good. For,
This is good!
For rabbit
Oh my
food,
gosh!
it's pretty good, I think.
This is, no,
What
this
about-
is
what
so
about-
good.
We
I'm
could,
gonna
we
eat
could
the
add some
flour.
protein though. You can't take it away from me now because I only got one little
No.
sip. Hang on a sec. Let me have one more. Here we go.
I need to smooth it a little bit more. There are some chunks, but I guess you like chunks. Okay, can everybody remember this? I am so happy.
Recipe again.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna
Medlar,
make this. Half an apple.
Lettuce, apple.
Wait, half an apple, 2 rose hips, 1 bletted medlar, and 3 young, small shard leaves and oat milk.
It's got sort of layers of taste. It's actually quite smooth, and it's
I cannot believe
it's
this.
creamy.
I thought it was going to be a
little bit creamy.
disaster.
It's a little bit creamy, and it's really quite drinkable. Anyway, thank you. I'm going to leave you to,
That is going
to
on.
make the next one.
That is it.
I think with a little smidgen of banana, it would be
No,
perfection.
there's no banana. It's
But
all going to be
try that.
foraged from Mapperton.
We'll try that next time.
Hi everybody, I am going to be making a very traditional recipe for, well, a British recipe. It's served everywhere. When I first moved to this country, I honestly did not know what mulled wine was. I don't think maybe we do have it in the States, but I certainly don't remember it. So if you have mulled wine where you are and you're not in the UK, let me know. because I always think of it as, well, obviously it's European. I do know that, but I mean, I always think of it as a European/British recipe. So you're supposed to use just kind of like not very good red wine. So, so the ingredients are, it's sort of a hodgepodge of ingredients, like not very good red wine.
I'm
and
here.
Okay.
I've come to join the recipe. So what's going on here?
So I'm making mulled wine for Christmas because
Mulled
we'll
wine.
go through. Even though Luke doesn't drink, and really I don't drink wine either. But we have guests coming, and we will have to
we
mulled wine.
have is after church on Christmas Day. Though this year we're having the service on the Sunday because the Sunday is Boxing Day. Mm-hmm. We would normally have people coming into the house for mulled wine. And we would normally don't point out
goodness.
all the holes in my jumper.
Those,
Do you know what?
Those moths are.
We have
Oh
bad
my
moth.
goodness!
We have really
this
bad
is such a nice
I know.
jumper.
It's my
Oh
it's one of my
gosh.
favorites. Look at this. Look at
Oh
that.
my gosh!
I know.
This is like, I'm sure I
have-
got you this jumper.
You did. That's probably about sort of 3 years ago, and look at it now. Yeah. Whatever
That's
we
a
do, we
real-
put,
well,
we
now I
put
know what
those
I'm-
little cedar balls. Right, they don't work. The little strips, they don't work.
Well, now I know what I can get you for
let's
Christmas.
Go back to the
Okay.
mulled wine.
Yeah, mulled
Because
wine.
the good news is,
gonna pour this
I've
in.
got a great new recipe for mulled wine. So
we don't need a great new recipe. This is the
Yeah, but
perfect
we-
recipe.
but we-
Honey, orange,
but we've been-
star anise,
we've been
cinnamon,
trying to
cardamom,
bring-
cloves.
We've been trying to incorporate recipes from the journals and to find older, interesting recipes for different things. And I think that our viewers are more interested in a 14th century recipe from the time of Richard II. There is an ancient cookbook called The Form of Curry, which it was made or written or inscribed in 1390 in the time of Richard II. And it's the oldest English cookbook. And amazingly, it has a recipe for mulled wine. And you know how you're really interested in older things rather than new things. This was a recipe that kind of brought together all the spices that they had at that time, combined it with wine and a bit of sugar.
Okay.
And
we've got honey. We have sugar there.
but it's got a couple of ingredients that I don't think you've got here. So let's see what
Can I
we've got.
put the wine in though?
Well, let's look at the ingredients before we do that. We've got cloves. Yes, cloves are in the original recipe.
Can I put the wine in?
Cardamom is in the original recipe as well.
Great.
What else we got? Cinnamon. Yep, that one is good too. And star anise, excellent.
Okay.
And then we've got honey,
But we've
which
got
is for the
sugar.
sugar. Yeah, but they wouldn't have had sugar, so they
Right,
would have.
okay, yeah, honey.
They would have had honey, which they would have added to the wine to make mead anyway.
And an orange. You're just going to put some...
They didn't have oranges in England because there was no way
right,
to
yeah,
get them
that's
to
right,
the
the
UK in
Victorians
time.
got
But we will adapt this recipe slightly for the modern taste bud, and we will put an orange in.
Okay.
And then the question is what wine they would have had. Well, the Romans brought wine to Britain, so there was a lot of wine being drunk. And this is a Pinot Noir, and this one is French.
So is this
And
one?
this is a Pinot
No,
Noir
Romania,
from
sorry.
Romania. And the point about mulled wine is you can throw in all of
So
your
can I
old
throw it
bottles.
in now?
Well, you do one and I'll do the other.
Okay.
How about that? Okay, let's see. And it's the same grape, so I'm sure they're happy together. Sometimes we would put a bit of juice in, and I'm going to suggest that we put a bit of Mapperton apple juice in, or maple juice as well.
Okay.
Because a little bit of fruit juice adds to the sort of body of the whole thing.
Has anybody... Okay, fine. I mean, listen, it's your
Yeah.
recipe.
Yeah, so I'm
So,
gonna go. I'll
okay,
go get
so-
that over here. We're gonna do something slightly differently, which is to get out the pestle and mortar,
Okay.
if I can ever find it. So what we're going to do with this little mini pestle and mortar is we're going to throw some of these things in together.
Okay. So I'm going to put a little bit of the apple juice in.
You put
yeah?
a little bit of the apple juice in. We've
I
got
guess.
a
I
bit
mean, I
of
would have never done
cardamom.
this.
We've got a
Has
bit of
anybody
cinnamon.
heard of putting apple juice in mulled wine? I
Oh dear,
literally barely put
I've
any
slightly
in.
overdone it on the cloves. We're going to
That's a
grind
lot
it.
of spice.
We're going to grind it when I know it might be
Okay.
too much.
No, I wouldn't grind this. I would let these
because
float.
we want it all infused together. We're trying to do the original recipe here. You see, we're not cutting corners.
Okay.
So if you put some leaves in, and I'm going to
Okay.
grind all of
Watch out
this.
for my fingers.
Yeah, that wouldn't taste good.
Here we go.
And then we keep going like that. We kind of need a almost an electric thing to do this, but
Here, wait,
I think
but
that's
they didn't have
working
an
a bit.
electric thing back then,
That's
did
true,
they?
they didn't have an electric thing.
So
back then. Now there's
can't.
one other thing
Love
that
it
we
when
need.
he wants to use sort of new world stuff.
I
it's
think
fine.
I've got a secret idea, which is a little bit of chili.
No.
sure?
Don't put that in. Do not put the chili in.
Just for a bit of
no,
a kick.
No.
I think these little bits of chili, they're not going to. It's not going to affect the whole thing, but occasionally somebody's going to get that tiny little nugget.
Yeah, and then
on the
they're
back of
never
their
going to come
tongue.
back for Christmas here ever again.
And they're going to go, wow, this is looking pretty good actually.
It's way too much.
My worry is the cloves, because clove oil is very good for dentistry because it numbs your gums. Oh my goodness.
You smell?
No, this is actually,
Yeah,
do-
okay, I agree.
well, you can be a little bit more excited than that, don't you think? Can you admit that is the smell of Christmas? We've captured Christmas,
Yeah, we have.
don't you think? Ta-da! In it goes.
No, just don't put it all in, Luke. Do not.
It's definitely all going in.
No,
Look at that.
that is going to be absolutely
Delicious.
vile.
Delicious, delicious, delicious.
Weird
12 glasses,
ingredients.
12 people.
Who will never come back.
Yeah, but Stephen and Claire might
Who will never film with us again.
might come. Look at
And
this.
also, you're not supposed to put it on a boil, so you need to put it on that
well,
one.
the thing I've learned about this agar is that these are exactly the same temperature when you first open them up.
Okay.
So that goes on there.
All right, and we
and
need
then-
to leave it for at least 15 minutes.
And then it needs 15 minutes of simmering.
So let's just leave it for 15 minutes.
And then you have a choice
Uh-huh.
of either drinking your mulled wine after 15 minutes, or you can leave it for up to 24 hours.
Well, we'll
know
have
that?
to try
Which-
it after
what-
15
what should we
minutes.
do? We
so
could
let's
leave it
just
pretty
leave it
much.
for 15 minutes and we'll come back. I mean, it has been on definitely for longer than 15 minutes.
About 16 minutes. And let's try a little bit of it and see what it's like.
Okay.
So in order to do that, we need a glass, which I'll get out of the cupboard over here.
It's quite dusty.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God, Luke, there's a spider in here. Oh my God, there's a dead. I don't want this glass
let's
anymore.
just put the spider in the mulled
I don't-
wine.
What?
Mulled
There's
spidery
my
wine.
name. Julie.
I think it would be fine. What kind of spider
I don't
is
want
it?
that.
Should we
Okay.
get
Oh my
nest-
God.
Nesta-like
It goes to
spiders?
show you, I obviously don't drink
It's actually quite dirty.
cosmopolitans or
Do you know,
martinis.
this poor spider, he managed to make his way all the way into the glass, but he couldn't get out. And that was the end of
No,
him.
he probably thought that there was like some martini or I don't know. I actually don't want to drink out of there now because I know you're not going to wash it
'Cause
properly.
I cleaned it. I have washed it properly. I've only left a couple of legs.
I really, I
Right.
wanted. I've never used that glass. I don't think.
Okay,
As
here
far
we
as-
go.
Okay.
Now, that isn't a spider's leg. That's a piece of rosemary.
Okay. Okay. Here we go.
Okay, tell me what you think.
No.
What?
No. It's not. No.
What do you mean no?
Okay. I mean no.
Okay, let me try it.
I'm really sorry, Stephen and Claire. We were going to give this to Stephen and Claire. It
Oh my
needs-
God.
I told you.
It needs so much more sugar.
So much
Yeah,
more
that's 'cause
sugar.
I gave you the honey and you put in like a measly tiny bit. I'm going to get the more honey.
Okay.
Okay.
I think. Okay.
I think it needs like half the
What about
pot.
just regular sugar?
I think it
Brown
needs just
sugar.
half the. Well, no, because honey is more medieval,
It is.
isn't it? And we're trying
When
to.
I say it's awful, I mean it because it needs to be.
I tell you what's good though. The spices taste good, but it's just not sweet enough for mulled wine.
Oh my God.
So we're going to put in a huge.
I don't even
great
taste the spice because there's
big
no sugar in it.
thing, and it needs longer.
There's no measurements
It
here.
needs-
Do you notice this? There's
It
literally
needs longer.
no measurements.
Well, measuring. What's that?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know.
Actually, I would say that is a.
I can definitely taste the chili.
Can you? Key question is your mouth going numb?
Hold
Have a go. See whether your mouth is going numb. Right, there we go.
No,
Look.
it doesn't go numb because when I first put it in, it's just so bad.
You can't even tell if it's going numb.
I can't even tell.
Right, okay, we got
But
more.
my lips, I think my lips a little bit. Why would they be going numb? From what?
Because the cloves. Remember,
Yeah.
clove oil used to be
Okay, I
used
feel
by,
that.
by dentists.
I do feel that. All right,
would-
so we're gonna have to leave this then.
Okay, now this I think is going to be a great improvement.
Okay, a little bit.
There we go.
At least I get to test it. Woohoo!
More?
It's a great improvement,
Is it? Okay.
but we
let's
need
try.
more. You need more. Admit
Wow.
it.
It's got a bit of a kick, hasn't it?
Yeah,
and
that's
it's
what I
not. It's
said.
not the chili. Right.
No, it's the clip.
Do you think even more honey?
Yeah, I'm really sorry.
Okay, more honey.
But, I mean, this is what mulled wine is, though. I mean, mulled wine.
It's a
when
lot
you
of
have,
sugar, isn't
there
it?
is just a lot of sugar. And actually, when you do look at mulled wine recipes, I can't talk about that because my clove is my lips.
The cloves are
like
really taking
numb,
effect now.
And I'm like, woo, but
It's going to your head, isn't it? A little bit.
yeah,
Can you admit
honestly.
it? I think it's all
Well,
these fumes.
honestly.
Do you know what? The first time
they're definitely numb.
that I
Clarence,
was ever
you sure you want this mulled wine?
intoxicated was serving mulled wine at a party of my parents. I was only about 13, but the fumes are coming out now, are pure alcohol, and they're going straight to your head.
What, and you got drunk from the fumes?
I did. In fact, I got legless. Is the truth. I'm a little bit ill.
Okay, you guys, it's actually now really good.
And we'll
So 3 times a charm.
we'll give it another.
3.
Let's give it another hour like that.
Yeah, let's give it another hour.
And then we'll decant it. And
then we'll give it to you.
Happy
And
Christmas.
I promise you, Stephen and Claire.
You'll love it.
It's actually really good.
Okay.
And I can't like.
You can't speak.
Yeah, exactly.
It's that good.
We're gonna pick some turnips here because I know that these are for the cows, but there's
just
plenty of them.
before you
and
do
so
that.
Sophie said I could pick some.
I absolutely hate turnips.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
I was completely put off turnips by going to school.
These are enormous.
Where all they would serve
Was
in
turnips?
place of lovely carrots was stewed
these.
turnip,
Look at
and it
this.
was so foul and had all the taste.
What?
kind of
Well, then they didn't know how to
watered
cook
down. It was
them.
the most miserable thing.
Look at these.
So
We are going to
Julie, I
take
think-
these back.
Julie is
So-
encouraging me to think
So
that turnips
here's the thing.
can actually taste
Do you
nice.
think that these are like potatoes and beetroot? I bet you do.
Well, no, because I know that Julie's actually just looked on Google to work out that they're related to the cabbage. So even though you,
You're so wrong. I love it how you're always trying to think. And she just looked on Google. No. So can we
You
just
do.
uh-huh?
You told me
no,
that
no,
you told me they were
no.
cruciferous.
So he's
Cruciferous.
so wrong.
What does
So they're
cruciferous
related
mean?
to broccoli and kale.
And-
oh my
and Brussels
God. You're
sprout,
so yeah.
which is all related to the cabbage.
Okay. You're
So
so
to the
bad.
cabbage. You're going to get so many
You're
comments
so
about this.
bad,
You're
Luke.
going to get so
You're
many
so
comments
bad.
of
You
people
try to
saying,
one up me and be like, and then all of a sudden you get it completely like.
Let's have a hug and make out. Come on.
So anyway, what we're going to
we're
do
friends,
is
really.
actually,
Okay, how many turnips do we need?
these
What
are
are we
really,
making?
really
What's the
nutritious.
recipe?
So these, you can eat it now. You can eat them raw, but they're obviously
I
better
can,
cooked.
okay.
Yeah, and the soil's really good. And they're really, remember, they come
God.
from the cruciferous family. So like kale, like broccoli,
good.
like Brussels sprouts,
This is
these
it's got
are
the
really, really highly nutritious. So what we're gonna do is you can mash them like mashed potatoes. You can, of course, roast them, but they have like a zesty, peppery sort of
They
taste
do.
to them.
They taste like a peppery apple. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
The texture is like apple.
Yeah, it
Really,
is.
really
it
yummy.
is.
Do you think the pink bits are better than the white bits? or
No,
it's all the same?
and also they're both the same thing.
How many of these turnips do we need? And then
Let's
let's go back and
make it.
and cook something up. The good thing is, I was reassuring myself that if the world falls apart and there really is no more food on the supermarket shelves,
You can all come here.
we've got fields of turnips.
Yeah.
And one of these, just that on its own, would
You
be a
can
good
even
meal.
pickle turnips. So you can pickle turnips, you can make turnip chips, you can have turnip mashed, you could do make a turnip slaw, like a coleslaw. You could do obviously the roasted turnips. You can then obviously you can do turnip soup. This one's been stepped on, but still probably good. You can do a turnip soup. So there's lots of things that you can do with turnips. That's why I'm going to get, a lot of these.
I'm feeling slightly guilty though because
Why? Because you're
think
taking
these-
away from the cows?
I think these turnips are going to be enjoyed and munched by the cows, and we've got enough. This is enough. Look, I've got 6.
All right, so we're gonna go cook a recipe right now. I'm not sure which one, probably mashed is what I think.
As long as it doesn't taste like school turnips, that's
not.
fine.
It's not.
Turnip. What about turnip salad? Grated turnip.
Yeah, that's the coleslaw. We can
Turnip
put it-
linguine. That could be good.
So, that's just odd. I am actually a big fan of turnips. I really do like them. And like I was telling Luke, they have actually, they're really good for you nutritionally. They come from the cruciferous family. So what I want to do, I've washed these all. And also the soil, even if you do get a little bit of soil, it's actually really good for you, especially this soil, because we know that the soil that Tom and Sophie have there is fantastic soil, and it has a lot of B12. So I thought I would just try a very traditional recipe, and roast turnip. But what I've done is I've gone out and I've chosen some rosemary here. So I will top it with rosemary and olive oil. And then my secret ingredient, if you like, is actually going to be celery salt. So this celery salt, obviously it's got salt in it, and it's got good celery. So there's sort of dried celery, if you like. Okay, great. So this is clearly one of Luke's bitten ones. I mean, I'm not going to, I'll cut that in half. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like if you're gonna eat it, eat the whole thing. I'll save that for him. When he comes in, I'm not gonna give him the roasted turnip. I'm gonna actually have him finish off his raw one. Anyway, what I was saying was, so it's got cumin, pink Himalayan sea salt, and it also has obviously the celery. Now these leaves as well, as I mentioned when we were out on the field, these leaves are actually really good for you as well. So I might garnish these on top. Right, so looking really lovely. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm just gonna put some good olive oil. So I know, I'm pretty sure that this olive oil I brought back with me from Italy, to be perfectly honest. And then I'm going to, again, secret ingredient for me is the celery salt, because look at that, it's got, oh, be perfect. The thing about turnips is it has this sort of zesty, peppery taste, and I just thought adding a little bit of the pink Himalayan sea salt with the cumin, with the celery will be rather nice. And then I'm gonna top it, and I am seasoning it quite a bit, but I like mine, I do have to say, I do like, when I do potatoes, I like them very seasoned. So I'm just gonna stick these sprigs of rosemary on, and in it goes. And we're gonna leave this, well, I'm gonna leave it in here for at least a good 20 minutes before I check it. So I'll be back in 20 minutes to check it.
If you would like early access to Mapperton Live, please become a patron at patreon.com/Mapperton Live.
So I'm pretty sure that they are done. It smells lovely in here. And let's check them out, yeah. All right, so, oh, perfect. Look at these, look at this. I'm gonna bring it over to here. It's absolutely beautiful. Hang up my oven gloves, grab a wooden spoon, give it a nice little stir. Oh my gosh, can you believe it? These are just, you know, these are what the cows are eating. And so are we. I'll have to taste it, but I have a feeling Luke is really going to like these.
I can smell something.
Oh, can you smell it?
I can
Look
smell
it.
something.
These are the turnips that we picked.
So this is cow food.
It's cow food, exactly.
How
Now
delicious.
you could have it.
Oh
with
my goodness.
You could have it with
Look
a little.
No, but look at that one.
I know.
That one is
But have
crispy.
a leaf with it as well. I'm going to make it into like a
Let's see
salad.
if it tastes like my old school turnip gruel.
That you didn't like.
Which I didn't like. It's quite hot.
I know. Is it too hot? What do you think? With the celery salt?
It's so good.
Is it so good?
So good.
Oh my goodness. Wait, no, I haven't even tried it yet.
No, I'm going in now.
Wait, no,
I'm getting all the really...
put some green on it.
No, I don't need any green. It's got rosemary.
Does it taste it quick? I've
Yeah.
got to taste my own creation here. Can I please have that fork?
Well,
Can I?
do you want your own fork?
Well, no, it's okay. I can use yours. Oh my gosh, I'm excited.
I wonder whether the cows would appreciate the celery salt. We could turn these into sort of dry nibbles. You know how you
I'm gonna add.
hand feed them.
Perfect. I'm gonna add.
Isn't that good? I mean, it tastes a bit like roast potato, but with more flavour.
With more flavor. Should we have these for lunch then? Should I just leave them?
This is our lunch.
This is our lunch.
The cows are eating it for lunch. We're eating it for lunch.
It's funny how everything, when I see anything that comes out from the page is something to do with royalty. I'm like, the king. The king.
Some people might say that Julie has a particularly strong interest in royalty.
Well, I do.
You are a royal
commentate.
correspondent.
I comment. A royal commentator, I should say, but a royal commentator.
So when she sees a journal like this one, now this is the journal of the first Earl of Sandwich. It's volume 9, and it's 1668 to 1669. And you turn the pages of the journal.
I get so nervous.
Quite often there are words that jump out. And the word that jumped out for you was?
The king.
The king. So we're in 1669. Which English king do you think we have on the throne at that point?
1669.
Yeah.
So we've got Charles II.
Charles II.
Yeah, I did know that.
Exactly.
There we go. So it's the Restoration.
So it's the Restoration. Charles II has been brought back by my ancestor, the first Earl of Sandwich. And the first Earl of Sandwich is very close to the king. What I was doing this morning was leafing through to see what I could find. And I came across this. And I thought it was particularly apt. So I'm going to read from the journal.
Okay.
The king, my master, told me the very best recipe he knew in order to get away, in other words, to cure a cold.
Oh my goodness.
So this is Charles II's recipe
No.
for curing a cold.
No.
Not to sup, meaning don't eat it. So it's not a meal,
He's good at interpreting.
but to eat a crust of bread. Do you know what? He's talking about a crust of bread, and this is the first Earl, not the fourth Earl of Sandwich. So, so an early bread
already
recipe.
seeded in.
Exactly.
Seeded in the first
The
Earl.
idea of bread, the importance of bread, was already there 100 years earlier. A crust of bread and drink half a pint of good Bordeaux claret wine. Half a pint, that's pretty much a bottle, isn't it?
That is.
And from there go to bed. So
Yep.
crust of bread, bottle of claret, into bed, and then in the morning to take a draught of coffee with a spoonful of
Juniper water in it. I can actually read this.
juniper water.
He's got very
So
good
we're
handwriting.
not promising, like certain presidents, that this is a miracle cure for all viruses,
Okay.
but
Let's not get political here.
that's a cold rest. We haven't got colds, so we don't
No.
really need to try
I mean, I
that
had
one
COVID,
today.
but we didn't. If,
Well, that might.
if-
who
I know
knows?
that might have helped.
Could be
oh.
a COVID cure, couldn't it?
No,
Claret,
this is big.
crusty
no.
bread.
I'm going to put
coffee,
a big disclaimer
juniper.
on this. Please consult your doctor first.
Okay.
Right?
All right, but
Not us, and not the first Earl of Sandwich.
anyway, I thought that what we might do though was to turn the page and see
it's
if we
beautiful
could find
writing.
something that we could
I'm not even
make.
watching this.
And we want to try and include some recipes that are derivative of ancient recipes or recipes that we've got in journals here. Obviously, we've done before the hot chocolate recipe, we've done the ice cream recipe. We're going to try and do variations of those in the cafe. But really what we need is a cake recipe. So imagine how pleased I was when I turned the page of the journal and I discovered here how to make, wait a minute, here followeth the king's recipe for which he gave 200 guineas. So Charles II would pay a fortune for good recipes. I think if you were Jamie Oliver or some prominent chef in those days, all you didn't have to make it. You just,
This is
You just
unbelievable.
handed the king the recipe and he would pay you.
Oh, right,
This
yeah.
recipe is to make what I think is a...
Brown cake.
Well, you say it's a brown cake. I think it says leaven cake. But leaven cake would have yeast, I think. But anyway, so
got that.
this cake has the following ingredients. Jamaica pepper,
Yeah, we've used that before in the hot chocolate recipe.
cinnamon,
Must have been popular. Yep.
aniseed, cardamom, and guinea pepper.
What's guinea pepper?
And what it says is that all of these are to be added to the nuts of cacao nuts. I
No, it
think
says
that means
coconuts.
coconuts. Cacao nuts. The
Oh,
nuts
right, yeah.
must be ground by themselves.
Okay.
And then put all of these things
To the nuts.
into the nuts whilst they are hot.
To
And
work.
work them very well, which probably means mix, And when it is so, looks like groovy.
So thorough?
Do you think he used the word groovy?
No.
I don't know.
When it is so wrought.
Rough.
Wrought. He says wrought.
Wrought. So wrought. Great. Well spotted. Well done. Put it into a pan until it be cold and hard, and take it out of the pan and wrap up in paper, and then put it in some dry places.
And it will be
keep
a great while.
Do you know what I think this is? I think this is an early recipe for a protein bar. So should we go and give this a go?
Yeah, let's go give it a go.
Who's in charge? Who's head chef?
You are, because you found it.
Do you think?
It's your,
So
technically it's your ancestor.
I can boss you around
You
the
will
kitchen.
one day be the Earl of Sandwich. I just feel
can-
it all links together, and I'll just be your sous chef.
Okay, I'm going to boss her around in the kitchen, which will give me great pleasure.
Okay, very funny.
Here we go.
Here we are cooking again.
Do you know what one of the bits of
This
feedback?
can be one
Do you
of
know
our
one of the bits of
disasters.
feedback? Do you know one of the
What?
bits of feedback
No,
that we
tell
always
me.
get? Is that every time I talk, she talks over me.
Oh my gosh, we
It
do
is
get
true.
that all the time.
Yeah. So
Should I just stay
do you know what?
silent the whole time? Should I just sit here?
I am the chef today. You've told me that I can be the chef. That means I'm in charge.
We do really get that.
No, shh, because I'm talking. You see.
We can.
You can't help it, can you? She just can't help it. Okay. I'm going to give her very clear instructions. And the first instruction is don't talk, don't speak until you're spoken to. Oh, you're putting your hand up. Have you got something to say? No, just hold on.
Right.
Before you do that, so I'm going to get a whole minute of just me. This is great. I'm really enjoying. It's so quiet. It's so peaceful in here.
Okay, I'm just going to say
sit
something
down.
now. I want, if comment down below, because we do get some comments saying Julie interrupts him all the time. So I'm going to not say anything for the most of this, and you tell me down below if you prefer this version where I don't really speak very much, or if you like it when I'm just like myself and I interrupt him from. Yep.
The key thing is we're here to make something really important, and what we're making is a cake. It's Charles II's cake recipe, except it's not really a cake. It's like one of those kind of protein bar things, one of those things you buy in really expensive organic Whole Foods shops, you know, and it's like, it's got all these kind of exotic ingredients, and it's full of things that cost a lot of money, and you pay like $10 for a single bar. You used to make things like this, didn't you? Do you remember? Julie actually once had a business, and it was called Jub Balls, and they were little packed balls full of, what were they? What was in your Jub Balls? You can speak now.
Oh, they were Julie's Unbelievable Balls, and they had like 5 ingredients to them. Some of them had like goji berries, chia seeds, baobab, cacao.
Yeah. And how did that go? Did they sell well?
Yeah, they went really, really
They did go really well. In fact, I remember you making them in a big kitchen near us, so we had to go and pick them up, put them all, and then deliver.
I would cycle around London delivering them for a year and a half.
Anyway, we are
I'll
back.
go back to this.
We are no.
Oh,
you
am I loud? So
No,
let
not
me.
all the time. Not all the time. Right, back to the recipe. So remember that the key ingredients for this. In fact, we've had to make some substitutions. You know how it goes. You do your best efforts to find everything that you can, but alas, some 17th century recipes just refer to ingredients that are really quite hard to find. So going down the list, the first thing that we were supposed to find was Jamaica pepper. And Jamaica pepper actually, it turns out, is the same as allspice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we've got some allspice
Spice
there.
Great.
Okay. Cinnamon.
Here.
We've got some ground cinnamon. Aniseed. Now, you know what?
We don't.
should be able to have aniseed, and of course we can get aniseed locally, but we happen not to have any in the spice rack. So I have substituted with,
Star anise.
which is not a million
Quite
miles.
off- right.
What do you think
Good.
of that substitution?
Good substitution. Happy with that.
Next up, we've got cardamom. And the last thing that we've got is something that we just don't have, which is guinea pepper. And guinea pepper, I think, is a West African spice, and it can mean 3 or 4 different spices. So even if we had the right spice, we probably wouldn't have the right
We
spice.
can't just
You
use
see what I mean?
regular pepper.
No, it's nothing.
Okay.
No, I think it's a much more of a spice than
Like
a pepper.
Jamaica pepper.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
all right.
and then added to these are coconut. And so what we have got here, and the coconut must be ground. So we have got ground desiccated coconut, but because it's desiccated, we need to put some of the oil back. Otherwise, it's not going to
I agree. Well,
compact.
can't we just use the oil?
So this is coconut oil.
Yeah, I would just use this. Not
No,
the
no,
disc.
no. I mean,
All right.
if you were the chef today, you'd be allowed to make that decision. But since you're just the sous chef, you need to follow my instructions, and it might turn out disastrously.
Okay,
but let's
so what do
see.
we need to do?
Okay, so here's your instruction. Instruction is to get the pan. We're going to put, and in terms of quantities, I would say it's not entirely clear. Something like half an ounce. Can't be half an ounce. It must be just a tiny. You know what? We're just going to do this by feel.
What?
Do you know what? We're not going
It
to
says
go.
ounces there.
Well,
Half
it does.
ounce, 1
yeah,
ounce.
but look, it has a 0 before it, and then it doesn't say a 1, does it? It has like an L. You know what? My experience with recipes is you just sort of.
Yeah, that's why his mulled wine is
No, but
awful.
you know what? It wasn't awful
No,
at all.
yeah, we had to
It turned out deliciously. So,
Okay.
starting off with the oil, because we've got to heat the pan.
I would put all that oil in.
So, what? No. We're not going to put all the oil in. Because we only, I think, need enough.
Oh, you're only going to make.
To create some oil for the coconut.
Okay,
here.
okay. Keep going
So
over there.
while you're doing that, we've also got to mix these seeds. Yes, grind the seeds. So we've got to. Hang on a second. Don't you normally, when you're a chef, like an important chef, you give instructions and people wait for the instructions before they just go ahead and but you just.
because I used to make jub balls.
This is bringing Julie back to her jub ball days. All right, well, while you're doing that,
Yeah.
I'm going to start mixing some of the coconut. It's slowly melting.
I think we should add some chocolate in it, personally.
No, Julie, well, that's what I was thinking. Is there any kind of, twist that we want to give this
Well-
ourselves? What about a bit of vanilla, or what about a bit of sugar? Okay, well, I tell you what, you're in charge of the quantities.
Well, that
All
needs
this.
to melt.
Yeah, well, it's slowly melting.
Okay, I'm gonna
It's
do-
going well.
It's like a 1/4 teaspoon is what I'm putting in of the. Anybody who I'm quite hopeful about this now. I did a 1/4 teaspoon of the allspice.
Do you know
1/4
what?
teaspoon of the
Something's
cinnamon.
already smelling
It's this.
delicious.
Smell that. That's what the
What was
cardamom
that?
and the star anise
Oh my goodness.
together. It actually smells delicious.
Is that all going in?
Yeah, that's gonna go in.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it.
Do you think, I think I should put a bit more coconut in. Because,
Really? No.
yeah, I think definitely.
No, I don't think so.
No, I think it definitely.
No,
will.
I
definitely
really don't think
Let's
so.
put a bit
No,
more
Oh my gosh. Okay, it's really coconutty.
I'm slightly concerned about the temperature of this, but it is. Well, you think a bit of chocolate.
Oh, I'm gonna have to fix this whole recipe here.
Yeah, I tell you what I think.
It's terrible.
No, I don't think it's terrible. I just think it needs a bit of sugar.
Well, no, you just said I couldn't add anything to it. All right, let's watch everybody.
I've got a great idea, which
Right.
is to add some honey.
But I already had that idea, and you told me no. I was gonna add the chocolate with the
I'm sure
sugar
she didn't have that idea.
and a little bit of
Anyway.
vanilla. Oh, so
But
now
here
it's
we go.
okay.
Here we go.
Okay.
So this is finest Dorset honey with Julie's finger
Well, I did wash it.
helping out a little bit. I think a little bit more because you can't really have too much delicious Dorset honey. Okay. And
All right,
right,
now.
how's that?
So this needs to harden, though. That's the thing.
Yes, but we're going to harden it in these
I know.
trays, which is the things I'm getting ready now. So that.
No, it's already starting to harden.
Wait a minute.
This is great. This
She's
is great.
put chocolate in it.
No, I didn't.
You haven't?
That's all the spice. I didn't.
That's just the spice.
Yeah, let's taste it though.
Okay.
It's not going to fit in that tray because we didn't put that much in. We didn't make that much.
Yeah, well, it'll fit fine.
It's actually really good.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's actually really. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really good.
Here we go. So what we're going to do now is I'm just going to, don't look so horrified.
Okay.
And then we have to put
You
it
can't spread it around.
into, yes you can, because it's a very thin layer. What we're doing is we're creating bars. I know that you're all about balls with your jub balls, but this is about creating bars. And within here, I think we will have, oh look at it, it's really already solidifying. It's doing exactly what I hoped it would.
You have no idea. It's actually,
Sweetie.
I would buy this at a store.
What do you think?
No, I think it needs to.
There is the cake.
No.
No, it needs to set, obviously.
It has to set.
Yeah, so we're going to put it in the fridge now.
Yeah.
And then later on,
A lot of coconut oil.
we will come back. What about sprinkling some hundreds and thousands on the top?
I don't know hundreds and
Do you not
thousands.
have hundreds and thousands in America? No. Every great cake has hundreds and thousands on the top.
I don't know.
All the Brits watching this will know exactly what hundreds and thousands are. Hundreds and thousands.
Stephen, Claire?
Oh yeah.
Yeah? Never ever heard of it.
Hundreds
See?
and thousands.
What are they?
Well, I might even have some.
What?
Yeah.
I don't have any hundreds.
Hundreds and
Hundreds and
thousands.
thousands.
Hundreds and thousands. It's because there are hundreds and thousands of those little balls, the little sugary balls that you put on the top.
Okay.
Great. I think
All right.
let's not over-engineer it. Let's just leave it like that. Well done. Thank you. Thank you for being my sous chef, even though you took charge much too early, but that was expected.
I'm the one who made it taste good. Many of you have asked us to do a video about the aga. And so we are today. And especially for me, the American, when I first moved to this country, and in particular started going to the countryside and to Mapperton, I had never even heard of an aga before until I came to this country. But now I love it.
You've never heard of an aga?
No.
Surely everybody's got an aga,
No.
haven't they?
No, they don't.
No?
They don't.
Oh.
So,
Well,
but
I've grown up with agas, and the thing about agas is they're on all the time, which means they're like a fireplace. So you come into this room on a freezing day,
so lovely.
and it's just warm.
That's
and
right.
and you see the cats, and they just sort of sprawl in front of it.
They do.
And
And that's our laundry. We've demonstrated
laundry,
that before.
which goes there.
Yeah.
Let it down.
Oh my gosh.
Oh God!
I love this feature.
it's gonna-
there, I can just,
I
now I
thought-
can really talk. I love this feature.
So anyway, what we thought we'd do today
Yeah.
is have a look at the aga book, because when you buy an aga, you get a book like this, or at least you would have
How to
if
use
you
it.
bought it in the 1950s. And the great thing about agas is they just go on and on and on. So opening this up.
So is this from the 1950s, do we think?
This is from the 1950s. This is the book that came with the aga. And look
wonderful.
at that. So look at all the different things we've got.
That is our
A
aga.
roasting oven, which is the top right.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a baking oven, which is the bottom right. We've
Mm-hmm.
got a simmering oven and a plate warming oven and a warming plate. And the thing to realise about this aga is that when we had it, it used to run on coal. So we used to have a huge store of coal, and I would have to pour coal through here.
Through
So
here,
look,
right?
Look, if we lift this up,
Oh dear, what is he going to do now?
I don't know whether the
Bring
camera.
knives out. I don't know if you. I don't think that's a good idea,
No,
Luke.
but
Like,
there
what
we go.
is
this
that?
this lifts off, and as a child, I was forced by my parents to go with the coal scuttle
Oh my gosh.
and
It's hot down
grab
there.
huge quantities of coal and pour it down. It was like being in the mines or something worse. But now it's been converted to oil.
Yeah, careful.
And if you look down there,
cameraman.
camera might want to look quickly. Yes, you can see the flame down the bottom there is the, I wouldn't linger too long there.
Yeah.
Is the flame. And that is heating the aga.
And that's where you used to pour the coal.
But that's where the coal used to go. And
So
you used to
this-
light it down the bottom here. And just here and here, you used to have a little tap where you got hot water out of the aga. But the amazing thing about agas, I think, is that unlike almost anything else that we have these days, they have lasted forever. So this one is 70 years old.
That's right.
And there's
right.
just nothing wrong with it. Because
amazing.
it's so well made and it's so
So
solid.
you forgot to say what these were. So I'll say what these were. So these, it's really actually so hot to touch. This is the boiling plate. So when you want to obviously boil whatever it is you need to boil, and this is the simmering plate. So boil and then simmer. And the one thing also that I had to get accustomed to moving over here was warming plates. We just don't do that. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, you do. Of
We
course
did.
you do.
A lot of people.
Julie says you don't do things.
Yeah,
All civilized households warm their plates before
Okay,
they have supper.
so are you saying I am not a civilized person?
No, did I say that? No, I don't think so. I'd never say
So
that.
no, we didn't warm our plates. Honestly, comment down below if you warm your plates still. I think some people do in America.
Maybe it's because
but
it's just
a lot of-
hotter.
when I went to my friend's house for dinner and all that, I mean, I don't remember having
you'd have a
plates.
warm- you'd have a warm-
No. Okay.
Would you have a freezing cold plate then?
Yeah, you just grab the plates. But
it's-
no, I know what it is. It's because as Americans, we actually keep our houses much
Oh, it's a dig.
warmer.
It's a
Much
dig.
warmer than these freezing
this is
cold
a dig.
houses here.
This is a dig.
So our houses were much
Our
warmer.
houses aren't cold.
And so the plates were never cold in America.
Because
So
we've
we
got
didn't have to warm the
augers.
plates. No, that's
Keeps us warm.
what it is.
The great thing about this Aga as well is our bedroom is above. And so the warmth
Yes.
just feeds its way up. Anyway, looking at this, there's some wonderful information. First of all, you get a 10-year guarantee. Well, that went out of date about 60 years ago, but the Aga's still going. So we didn't need a 10-year guarantee. And then it has all these details in here, and it has information about how you put all of the coke or the coal into it, and the scuttling and the riddling, lighting the fire. Here's the refueling. Now here's the temperature gauge, because that tells you whether your Aga is too hot, too cold.
And we still
or
have it
normal.
here.
And it's sitting there, and that is actually telling us that this Aga is a little cold, which I'm not sure that's true.
How? How can you tell that?
Well, because you can see the mercury has only gone to sort of there. If you look very carefully, I don't know whether you can.
Well, can we just point out this photo right here? So stereotypical. Look at this. I mean, look at how times at least have changed.
Do you mean because there's a woman
Yeah.
feeding a
Look at
pot
she's
with
doing
hot water?
with hot water.
She's probably taking that water to put it into hot water bottles.
Hot
Oh,
water
does say hot
bottles, it does.
Oh my goodness.
And other household needs.
Yeah, just get with the times, Aga.
Yeah,
You know,
well, exactly. Get a man in there.
It's not. Pots and pans, flat. You should use utensils with flat machined bases. Is that what we do? I think
No,
we do.
you just use 2 knives to pick that
Okay.
up. So,
You've got
but
the-
here, the toaster. This is something that I was so excited. And the first time I actually saw this being used was actually by your father, because when we, obviously, your parents were living in this house when I first met you. And I remember, at, mornings when we would stay here, your father was always using.
Well, how else do you cook toast?
Well, you just use a toaster, which is what I'm going to be doing today.
This is a toaster.
Luke's
This
gonna
has
show you
always-
how to do
This
this.
has always been honestly.
I know, but we've burnt toast
Do you
so
know
many
what?
times doing it.
There are times, and well, in fact, for maybe 20 years, my parents didn't have a toaster, because who needs a toaster? The truth is, we've given in to modern convenience, and there is a toaster over there.
And a conventional
And the
oven.
other thing is,
And stove.
well, now, why have we done that? We've got a perfectly good Aga.
You did that.
But we've also got a stove over here.
It actually does help around Christmas time when we have to use, when we're making
But
multiple.
more importantly, it helps in the summertime, because one of the things that we don't want to do is keep the Aga running all year, wasting fuel when it's perfectly warm. Not
It's
just wasting
not
fuel, but
very warm here in the summer, maybe like 1 week out of the year.
nonsense.
So,
So
I'm still cold in the summer, and during the summer week, I wish it was on, and it's not.
Okay, so this goes off in around about May, and it comes back on again in late October. So
Late
during that
October?
time, we
No,
have a
September.
lovely modern appliance here that you like using. So we had an idea, and the idea is
Yes, explain the idea.
that we would have a cook-off. Is that a good word? Cook-off?
Yeah, cook-off.
Like a bake-off, but a cook-off.
How about a sandwich off?
Well, no, that
Because
doesn't
we're going
quite
to be
work.
making sandwiches.
We would have a sandwich cook-off.
Sandwich
whereby
cook-off.
I am going to go and make a delicious sandwich using the old-fashioned Aga. And
And
Julie,
I'm going to
being a new world kind of gal,
I'm going to make a toasted sandwich using
that.
Exactly.
And luckily, we've got 2 really good judges here. We've got Stephen and Claire. And may the best sandwich win.
Right, they're
don't you
going to be
think?
tasting afterwards.
Yeah.
So is it going to be the Aga sandwich, or is it going to be the conventional sandwich?
Right.
All right.
Okay,
So
so-
what are your ingredients?
So,
I'm over
well,
here.
you're over there. So I've decided to go for a really simple, traditional, well, modern English sandwich. And this is actually my parents' favourite sandwich. So in the summer, they will always be seen buying a brie and ham and cranberry toastie.
Okay.
That is what they eat.
Okay. It's
And my
very popular
father
over here.
knows a bit about sandwiches. So now you know
What his favourite
that
sandwich
his
is.
favourite sandwich is a brie and cranberry toasty. We don't have any brie today. In fact, I've tried it to elevate it a bit, so we're going to go for camembert.
Wow.
And I think that's going to work really well. And I've got a slight twist to the recipe, which I'm going to introduce at a later point. It's a bit of a risk. It might not go well.
Well, by the
What are you
way,
doing?
I hope that risk, that slight risk, isn't another ingredient, because we decided before we started filming that we were allowed each, apart from the bread, 3 ingredients. So yours is the cranberry, the camembert, and the ham. Mine is halloumi, tomatoes, and these amazing pickles.
Yes. Well, about that twist, it does require a little extra teeny weensy bit of something.
Of what?
No, what
A spice, and I can use that for mine. If you're gonna,
Okay,
are you gonna add a spice? What are you adding?
you can add one more. Well, I tell you what. Let's not tell each other.
No.
And we'll just.
Is it a spice?
It is spicy.
What you're gonna do? Hot.
I don't
oil?
want no, because I quite want to keep it away from the judges. So
Okay,
we're
fine.
both allowed one extra magic secret ingredient. Okay, and may the cook-off begin.
Okay.
Is
here we go.
this a race or not?
No.
Oh, okay.
But I'm gonna win.
Okay.
For early access to these videos, behind-the-scenes content, and other benefits, please help support this important part of England's heritage by becoming a patron at patreon.com/Mapperton Live.
Right, so here we have the magic 1950s toaster. Who needs any of this newfangled chrome and plastic to toast
Okay. Well,
with?
you put it in.
You just simply take your bread, put it in here, and off you go. Delicately lay some camembert pieces. Before we add the cranberry sauce,
So easy.
we're going
He's
to
running around.
get something.
Right, I'm just here having a nice time in front of the conventional.
And here is the secret
So
ingredient, Grey Poupon.
Okay.
Do you have Grey Poupon in America?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. Mustard. My dad would
Okay.
approve of this because he absolutely adores mustard. The question is whether the mustard is going to go well with the cranberry.
I'm not sure about that.
I'm not sure about that either. This is the risk.
For my special ingredient, I'm actually going to use celery salt.
Right,
This is
here
what
we go.
happens
We're
when
going to marry the ham, the mustard, and the cranberry with the camembert, like that.
Oh dear.
Okay, and then
It looks a bit messy.
We
I'm
are-
just going to stick mine in the toaster.
we are going
I'm
to
going to put it in the toaster and toast away.
stick it under here. Now,
Okay.
there is some debate as to whether a toasted sandwich like this should go on the fast grill, the hotter plate, or the slower plate. What were they called? You had names for them.
Well, that was the Agane boiling plate
This-
and a simmering
oh God,
plate.
this is
Oh
already-
my God, he's
Oh
burning
my
it
God,
up.
it's burnt.
I win. Oh,
No,
it's really-
no. A little bit of carbon is deliberate.
What?
Yeah, a little bit of
No,
carbon.
you know
is-
that you.
is-
Okay,
no,
well,
no,
Claire and
it's-
Stephen will be the judges. Claire and Stephen, you let me know if you like that burnt charcoal taste on your sandwich.
You know what? That burnt instantly. I wasn't ready for that at all. I think
That's because you're
I know why.
chatting away.
I think I know why. So I'm just going to
No.
keep really careful. Okay, this one is doing much better. So
Well-
the simple answer, if you've ever wondered which grill, which plate on an Aga to put a toasted sandwich, it's the simmering, not the.
And you've just figured that out today.
I have just figured that out today.
Nice
That
one.
does slightly give away the fact that I haven't used this for a whole toasted sandwich that many times.
Well, I'm having a nice time over
The
here.
camembert and keep
I'm almost done.
How are you doing over there?
Great.
You haven't got any toast yet, have you?
It's almost done.
Anyway, these are the Aga plates. They retain the heat because they've got lots of insulation. Oh, sweetie, just because it's quite funny.
Oh my
There
goodness.
is the mark.
It's a disaster
of
over
my
there.
sandwich.
It's all really good over
Yeah.
here.
Well, you see what I mean. That is really my point. That if you burn something on it, you've then got quite a lot of scrubbing to do. But it's incredibly hot, so it's quite hard to. Oh, there's more sizzling going on.
I'm done.
You're done, are you?
And I didn't talk near as much as you.
Why don't you present your sandwich?
I am presenting my sandwich. I'm actually really excited.
How would you sell it if you were? You know,
I used a conventional oven here.
That's not conventional. This is conventional.
I mean, I used
That
a,
is newfangled and high tech. That was an induction system that you used.
Okay.
So it's had all kinds. It's been irradiated. Julie's food has been irradiated by that
Oh my gosh.
system.
I mean, for all of you saying that I talk too much, what is happening to this?
Go. I think I'm ready. So,
Okay, notice how he's not showing the burnt side.
what? No, that is perfect, isn't it?
Mine actually, I'm really excited about.
You know what? There are some things that you deliberately slightly burn. Oh dear, there's a problem, which is that my burnt side isn't really.
See, it goes to show you that he actually uses a toaster too.
This is all. This is working fine, actually. This is all exactly as I'd planned it.
This is an
Okay,
absolute-
let's just.
Oh,
Don't look at that bit.
weren't you just talking about presentation like 5 minutes ago?
Yeah, I was.
It's all about
There we go, that's
presentation.
all absolutely fine.
Here, we'll flip it over. There we go. It's all about presentation. Look at that.
I can't believe you've just
It's just
done
terrible.
that. Now, there's a problem I've just realised, which is that I was going to do half the sandwich meat-free because Claire is vegetarian. Alas, I forgot.
Claire, then, yeah.
Sorry, Claire.
Well, it's okay, then it will be Stephen will be the, Stephen will have to be the decider.
Stephen is the sole judge.
I'm just going to take a piece of ham out of yours.
Are you going to do that? Are you okay with? Oh, so it can touch.
Yeah.
You're not one of these super strict veggie people. So I've got something to admit.
Okay.
I didn't follow the instructions completely.
What instructions and what?
Well, because it gives very clear instructions on how to toast. And I've never actually seen these instructions before. So it says, cut the slices of bread and arrange the slices between the two halves of the toaster. Place it directly on the hot plate. There is normally no need to close the lid. That was foolish, wasn't it?
That was.
Yeah.
Yep, that was.
So
There you
I'm
are.
afraid I've rather messed it up. It
That's
says something
fine.
else about this as well, which is quite interesting. It says that you should pick up the toaster, which is sometimes called the tennis racket.
Does it say that in
It
there?
really says that.
Yes, it does. It
Sometimes
does.
called the tennis racket.
Okay.
Do you think I could take
No.
this onto the court?
So, Stephen and Claire, you are going to try our sandwiches.
They are, but I'm also a member of the judging panel, so I'm going to try that one.
Okay.
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 And we're going to take over.
All right, we're taking over the cameras.
The one without the meat, Claire, is that one there.
Thank you.
And we need some comments.
Okay, which one are you going to go for?
Julie's, just because it's this.
Yeah?
That's
Okay.
right.
Okay.
I think Julie has an advantage here
I've cut it the American way
because
too.
she's also made it veggie. It was a naturally veggie sandwich.
Okay,
I
he's
won't
already
hold
making
that
these
against
pieces.
you.
And Claire is veggie too.
Okay,
The
well,
one thing is that you don't like pickle.
No.
I should know. Maybe we should know that. Well
But
done
it's
for not.
nicely toasted.
Well done.
Thank you. It's nicely toasted. Did you hear that?
Texture-wise, presentation, very good.
Okay, off
thank
you go.
you.
Okay. That's nice.
How is it, Claire,
Very
with the
nice.
pickle?
I have to admit the pickle's not too bad.
The pickle's not too bad.
No.
There we go.
Nonsense. Pickle's disgusting.
Come on, take another bite. Take another
Honestly, I
bite. You
wouldn't
know you
have
want
pickle.
to.
It's horrible. Okay, don't spoil your palate.
Oh, come on,
I
let them
think
finish
I think
it.
we've got to shift over to the other one. It's camembert. Ready?
Yep.
This is the moment. There's some pauses here.
They're not talking.
No, I know.
What's going
There's
on?
long pauses.
Do you know what?
I think I just got the hit of mustard.
The mustard makes it. Stephen is thinking about it.
Stephen, be honest.
The mustard makes
Come
it.
on.
There might be slightly too much mustard. It's slightly overpowering.
You get like the sweet
No, you
cranberry.
can't have. You go talk to my dad about mustard sandwiches, and he knows a thing or two about sandwiches.
Okay.
So I think
No, you
that
can't.
I've won.
You
Since I'm a member of
We
the
need to
judging
pass
panel.
judgment.
See, I've got to say my vote is Julie, just because of the mustard.
Yes, thank you very much.
I think that despite the mustard, the cheese in that, the melted cheese, brings it all together. So I'm going to have to vote for Luke.
Oh, now
What a
it's
fantastic diplomat
That
Stephen
was
is.
brilliant. Yeah,
So we
you
get
are
one,
doing it.
we
So
get,
what, we're
we
tied.
get one each.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you both for judging.
Thank you.
And hopefully that will mean you
I know
won't
you're
need,
going to tell me afterwards that actually I won.
hopefully it'll mean you won't need quite as much supper.
Yep.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
It was good.
Lovely.
All right, all right. When I would hear people talking about wild garlic, I actually thought of it as like, you know, the bulb. And it was just some other sort of form of
wild garlic, or some other type of garlic, I should say. So I thought it was some other type of garlic, and I didn't realize that it's the greens. These are the greens here. So, and again, I'm just gonna eat it, and it tastes like garlic. It's amazing. Not as strong, but really that peppery taste. Wow. So I want to get masses of this because, again, cafe is going to be making stuff and fill my whole basket. I'm going to be making some pesto from this, some wild garlic pesto. In fact, I'm going to a dinner party tonight. I could bring some of the as a gift. I could bring some of my homemade wild garlic. Now, should I just get in here a little bit more? It's just masses. Wish I could just forage every single day. After this, also, I'm just going to take a walk through the bluebells and through the wild garlic. And yeah, so if you are coming to Mapperton soon, I'm certain that there will be some wild garlic or several wild garlic recipes on the board. Do look out for them. We are about to make wild garlic pesto. So I've dropped off the majority of the wild garlic to the cafe, and they will do something with that. So
Hang on a second.
I'm just playing this by ear, but I know what I'm doing.
To me, pesto is basil, or basil,
Basil.
olive oil, pine nuts, and garlic.
Yeah, but
You
why
can't,
does...
I mean, that's the, and it's a special type of Ligurian basil,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that is how you make pesto. So
Yeah,
this
but-
isn't pesto.
Well, I mean, I think it is. I think if you use garlic, which I'm using, but I'm using wild garlic, and I've got some basil here, olive oil, but I'm just swapping out the nuts. I really like pecans. And I think
So you have got basil.
I do have some basil. Basil.
Okay, basil.
Yeah. I'm only going to put in a handful of the basil though. I want this to actually be a really garlicky pesto.
You've got some wonderful olive oil there. Where's
Yes,
that
so
come
speaking
from?
of, it's Italian. Somebody kindly, one of my students from my yoga teacher training, sends me every Christmas 6 bottles of these, and they're from Tuscany, and
What's the name
most
of it?
delicious. Fattoria La Viala.
Fattoria means
Factory.
factory.
Yeah.
Exactly. But it's not really a factory. It's like
No, it's like an olive oil press.
now that is.
How good it is for you.
I
So-
think that is more than enough.
Well, okay.
I'm slightly worried you're going to overpower
No, so I'm gonna.
this pesto with wild garlic.
Well, I want it garlicky.
I know, but that's like super garlicky. That's
Okay.
garlic with capital G.
So I am gonna put in a little bit of this herbamare, so which is really just salt and
Herbs.
herbs. Salt, a little bit of onion. I can see a little bit of basil, and yeah. So I'm just gonna put a
Okay.
bit of that. Now here comes the olive oil. Now I'm gonna sort of test it. I'm not gonna put in too much, but I know pesto has a lot of oil, and I know that that's not enough what I put in, but I just want to try it.
My pesto would have Parmigiano Reggiano in it.
I don't think so. I don't think that's the. I don't think
Well,
they do that. I think
they-
that's a westernized. Oh, it's looking good. I mean, look at that. I might not need to put in any more olive oil.
Needs a bit of a stir.
Yeah, I know, just one sec. Okay, Mr. Bossy. Okay, here we go. He's back. He's bossing me around. It smells delicious,
I don't
everybody.
think anyone would think that the fact that I said it needs a bit of a stir constitutes bossiness. It's constructive help.
I think I can make more of this, but let me just taste it. Yeah, it's really delicious.
Is it time for my finger to go in?
Yeah.
Here we go.
No,
Here comes
don't
my
do a finger. Here, no.
Right.
You have COVID.
I do not have COVID anymore.
I know, but
Okay.
still.
That wasn't very nice.
I'm not gonna like that. I'm not gonna eat from this anymore.
That was really good.
Good.
Just needs a little bit
What do you think?
of Parmigiano Reggiano.
Yeah, but you can sprinkle that on top.
Okay.
So do you think I need to put in more? I think I can at least
I think it
make
needs a
one
little
jar.
bit more olive oil.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
Yeah,
Funny enough.
because you put in so much garlic, and we're going to have very garlicky breath.
I know.
We better not kiss anyone.
Well, luckily you've had COVID for a while. I mean, I know you're negative, but
Okay, let's share that with the world. Right.
okay. Wait, let
Three
me
little
just.
jars.
Well, because I'm
Are they,
gonna.
are they
I am
going to
gonna
be
make.
presents?
Oh, now it's looking good. So you're
You
right.
know what? You can take one as a present this evening.
So I have a dinner tonight that Luke isn't going to go to because you're not feeling 100%, and I'm going to go do it. And I thought I could bring this as a present.
You sure can.
Mapperton wild garlic pesto. So let me
Except,
just.
I think that's what they're making for you for supper.
No.
I think it is. I have a terrible feeling.
Okay.
But you can always bring the Mapperton version.
It's perfect. Well, I can bring the Mapperton version. I mean, our all wild garlic, the same. Doubt it.
Well,
Yeah.
they're probably, pretty much the same.
Here we go. Pretty.
Let's put it down here. And we can
Look at that.
go down.
It's really pretty. I mean, what's better than a homemade gift? I could bring, the same old bottle of something, but now I'm going to bring my homemade Mapperton wild garlic.
And just run
Pesto.
through those ingredients one more time.
So,
Because we can
well,
we can hopefully put them on the screen.
well, I really just to make a jar size like this, which is probably a cup, maybe 3/4 of a cup is what I would say. I did just a handful of basil without the stalks, just literally a handful. And then really for wild garlic, I mean, I definitely did 3 big handfuls of this. The olive oil, I would say it's probably a half a cup, what I ended up doing. And then for the pecans, I ended up using, I can tell I used about a half a cup there as well. So, and that made, which works out perfectly, 3/4 of a cup, possibly a cup, actually. Yeah, almost I'm not quite a cup, but yeah. Don't you think it's a pretty gift?
I think it's a really pretty gift.
So
And
I'm going to continue to
it
make
was
some more.
yummy.
I'm going to continue just to make some so we have some as well. We are going to pick red currants, everybody. Look at all these red currants.
Yep.
So what are we going to be making, Beryl? We're going to be making
red currant jelly.
red currant jelly.
Yep.
Now, Beryl and I are both vegetarian. So, I mean, I occasionally eat fish, so technically pescatarian, but Beryl you're 100% vegetarian, aren't you?
No, I'm pescatarian.
Oh, she's
too.
pescatarian as well. There we go.
I eat fish at least 3 times a week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Beryl has, so I have a question for Beryl. Because red currant jelly is usually used for
Yes.
lamb.
Yes, it's true. It's true.
So what are we going to use it for since we're
I
pescatarian?
don't know. I've just put it in the larder for anyone who wants to eat it.
It's quite easy to make, isn't it?
It's very easy. It's quick. That's the good thing about it. Well, there's sort of 2 processes, but it is quick to make. It boils up very quickly and sets very quickly.
Right. And that's what we're going to be doing, everybody. There's so many red currants here.
I know.
What happens if these are quite bitter, aren't they?
Yes. I have quite a big seed in the middle. You
I
might
quite like them. All right, off we go to make red currant jelly. Back in the Mapperton kitchen. Right, so we're gonna do 2 kilograms, we've decided.
2 kilograms of red currants, yes.
Okay, and you can keep the stems on, everybody, so stems are fine. Now, we've picked quite...
Oh, it's not 2 kilos.
It's not 2 kilos. Oh, wow. Let's keep going.
That's good.
We've picked, let me just go get more. Here, we've picked quite a bit, and you can freeze them as well. So you can always, wow, freeze your red currants if you're doing this one. But look at how beautiful they are. Oh my gosh, Beryl, we've got a long way to go here. So we're gonna use the sort of conventional oven. We're gonna put 2 kilograms in here and 800 milliliters of water. Fantastic. And
Then just simmer away until they're all soft and juicy.
about how long?
I'd say
Hour and a half?
About an hour. No, probably not an hour and a half. An hour.
About an hour.
Maybe an hour and a quarter. Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, I can start them high to start with, and then
To get it up.
Get them going, and then
Okay. So we're just gonna get this going, and then again let this simmer for hour. We'll check it because we want it to look, well, like it's been cooked through.
oh, definitely, and all the juices out of the red currants.
Yeah, and then the juice out of the red currants, and then we're gonna put it through a sieve.
Yep.
Okay. Let's
So
just
we just leave it.
leave it, shall we? Now, do you think I should pour this in?
Probably a bit too much to pour. Do another scoop.
Okay. I was just thinking, okay.
You probably can pour the next time.
Yeah. Okay. All right, everybody, so we're getting the juice out. Wow, it's lovely.
I'll hold this. So
Okay.
It doesn't see
Yeah.
some of you. Hang
Okay.
on, there's a lip thing over there.
Yeah, I'm holding on to it.
You can probably pour through.
Oh,
Might make it easier.
okay, yes. Didn't even see that. Okay, here we go. Sorry, Beryl.
It's okay.
It's like,
Stand back.
stand back and don't. Okay.
That's super.
Okay.
That's it. That'll do. Yeah. Just let it strain.
And we just leave this.
Yes.
And then tomorrow
Yep.
is the big day.
Make it into jelly.
Then we'll make it into jelly tomorrow, but you have to leave it overnight.
Yeah, you can let it really drain through slowly.
Slowly get as much juice as you possibly can to make the best red currant jelly for Chris. Back in the kitchen because the red currant jelly is nearly ready. So we've strained the juice, and really for the recipe I'm using it's 600 milliliters of juice for combined with then 450 grams of sugar, and that will give you about 4 to 5. So first up, what we need to do is just bring this to the boil and wait. Okay, red currant juice is boiling. Now I'm putting in 450 grams of sugar. And all I want to do right now is stir in the sugar and just make sure that it's dissolved even around the sides. Once I have all of the sugar and I can see that it's all dissolved, which it has, now's the easy part. I'm just going to leave it, dissolved, for 8 minutes. So I'm gonna leave it boiling for 8 minutes, and then should be finished and I can start to put it into the jars. Wait, oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, everybody, this is a disaster. I left this because I had to take a phone call, and I left it and wasn't watching it. And you can see it's gone everywhere. Oh my God, it's stuck on here. Oh my God, oh my God. Okay. Okay, everybody. It's like stuck to the stove. Okay. Everybody, it's fine. It's fine. I don't want it to go to waste. And anyway, the good news is that the phone call I just had was like awesome news. So it was worth it. It was all worth it in the end. Okay, I'm just gonna clear this up. Here we go. This is what it's going to look like, everybody. So at least let's be honest, the silver lining has been, I have done it the right way. Those of you who are following this recipe, just make sure that you stay the entire time while it's boiling.